Sorry, my mic was muted. What's going on, everybody? Oh, yeah. Auntie pulled up in these YouTube. Hold on. One second. My bad, y'all. I'm still getting the hang of this. I was going live on that live, and now I'm back. So yeah, welcome in. Y'all know why I'm here. Oh my God, why is that echo like that? Okay, is it good now? Let me know in the chat if it's good and you don't hear an echo. I was hearing an echo at first. What is that? One second, y'all. First time going live, of course. Everything that can go wrong is gonna go wrong today. But that's all right, because we're gonna talk about it, and I'm just trying to figure out why. There it is. Okay, I found it. All right, I found the issue. You probably couldn't hear the issue I was having. It was doing dual lives on 2 different tabs. That's why it was freaking me out. But anyway, welcome in. Welcome to my channel. It's your girl, Jazz Noel. Welcome to the Jazz Noel Show. It is my very first reaction video. Why don't you give me a round of applause? Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm looking forward to this. You know, it's been a lot going on. You know why I'm here. There were some things that happened this past Sunday featuring a very big content creator, as you all know. And it seems like she can't stop talking about me ever since. A lot of you can't stop talking about me. You use me for the clicks, you use me for the bait, and that's fine. But this particular conversation, we have to unpack this. We have to unpack it because the way the way it happened and the way that a majority of you all are interpreting it is crazy. So we're going to react to the last panel I was on with Miss Pearly Things, and we are going to walk down this entire conversation and kind of go through where it kind of fell apart and who actually started the bullshit. In my thumbnail, it says Neanderthal fatigue because I am quite fatigued. I am. This bitch is getting on my nerves. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be using the B word. I'm going to be dropping F bombs. I am not here to, appease anybody's ego or play nice. No, I don't have mercy for racists. So if you're looking for me to be the bigger person, I'm going to be the classier person, the prettier person every single time. But a racist deserves no respect. And that's exactly what Pearl is. And we're going to prove it in this reaction video, okay? Because for some reason, this girl who has already been demonetized, kind of kicked off of YouTube already, is trying to crawl her way back in and infiltrate Black spaces for some reason to cause chaos. And I don't think you guys realize that's what's happening, but I peep it, and I think we all deserve better. So let me go ahead and pull up this video. Like I said, bear with me, y'all. We're going to get it together. All right, we're going to share this screen. Give me just 1 second. Come on in, come on in, come on in, please. Make sure you hit the like, the share, all of the things, y'all. Help your girl out because we're doing it. We're going to do the thing. We're going to do it good. So let me make sure together. really quickly. I hope y'all been having a good day. I've gone to the gym. I have done all of the things that got me feeling good today, and I'm excited to go. So give me a second to share this screen real quick. And let's get into it. Okay, so you guys see that, yeah? Let me widen it up a little bit. Yo, how do I? Oh, here we go. All right. So I am starting it at, I have my notes. I have my notes. Auntie came prepared today because what y'all not going to do is continue to drag me through these YouTube streets. No, you will not. Not on today. So we're going to start this at the time step of 39:48. Now, this is through my stream. I kind of joined this streamed a little later than when it started. So my live is going to start a little bit later than the actual live actually started. So if you want to catch the recap of everything fully, make sure you go to Fatty's channel and check it out. So let me pull it back here. And I'm going to start it to about where Pearl joins the panel, because that's kind of where it kind of starts, and she comes in and the initial conversation is just about, matter of fact, let me back this up. The conversation itself was about relationships and women in relationships and what we tend to go for sometimes, right? So that's the basis of the conversation. Let's get into it.
Want to talk about how women are so mean and so motherfucking angry. Yeah, they want to be able to talk about what they want to talk about. When I talk about what I'm talking about, I'm gonna put sad nigga. I'm gonna simp.
But hold on, Big Rig, hold on. You said you can't. The data is wrong because you ain't experienced that. But then you saying all these men is like this, so you experience these bad men. You experience all these bad men.
I know some niggas.
I
saw a nigga go live every other week and call the baby my
No, I'm saying no, not internet. No. You said real life. You said no. Hold on. You denounced the data because you just said you don't know that in real life. You don't experience it in real life. You telling me you experiencing all these bad men and bums in real life?
I ain't say no all. I said some. You don't put words in my mouth. I said some of these.
No, you said the data is false because you don't experience it.
Nobody care about no statistic, man.
And then you'll say, hold on. And you said
let me
you
pause
listen
real
to
quick.
the women.
This is interesting. And if you go to Fatty's channel, he points this out. But this is interesting because Rick the Ruler says he doesn't care about stats. Because anybody can skew a stat, anybody can conflate a stat to fit a narrative, right? Remember that he said that. And I also want you to remember what the first thing Pearl says when she opens her mouth.
And when we talked yesterday, you said you know about these dudes is wrong because they listen to the women. You don't know.
I deal with reality. I don't give a fuck about no stats.
So you know how
is that reality?
You know,
anybody can type them numbers in and put that shit in the system. Y'all, you don't know who make the stats. Who responsible for the
stats? So Rick, but that's the problem with what you're saying, right? One second, Rick, because we let you land, right? If you come in and you are doing a fundraiser for your people, right? For everybody that is starving or suffers from food scarcity, and my name is Fatty, and I'm like, I never starve. My food is fridge. Like my fridge is full. I order $30 of Uber Eats every day. So because I'm not experienced it, that means that it's not real. This is just numbers that Rick is putting out there. Somebody's going to call me out. Somebody's going to say, Fatty, your reality, just because your name is Fatty and you seem like you are overeating or you have a full fridge, doesn't mean there's not thousands, millions of people that go to sleep every day with the empty belly. All we were saying is that if you're actually looking at the statistics, which is a poll of people bigger than what you can see, men have better outcomes than women when they're raising the kids by themselves. And if you came with stats and said most men are cat callers, I wouldn't have no problem with that. If you came with stats and saying most men are the ones that commit most crime.
And I just want to say really quickly, Fatty just made a claim that, and I hear this a lot, oh, children do better under their fathers. You have to consider the nuance when it comes to that. Usually, not all the time, usually when it's a single mother situation, she's probably not as supported, right? She probably is working a job. She's a single mom. She's not able to do it all at once. Meanwhile, a father may have more of the resources to be able to rear that child correctly. Not saying that is wrong or right, but we can't say that because it's a father that that's the reason why that child is raised a little bit better. And I did a little bit of research on that because you guys try to frame it as if fathers are just the better option for a parent when both parents are better. But when it comes to that stat alone, it's a little nuance there. There's a stability factor that you have to consider it at some time too. Not saying that it's not true, but just consider the nuance.
I will never like men are the ones that have the risky behavior. Like I would never say you are wrong because me and my friends, all church people, and we went to college. Right? You see what I'm saying? Like I would never dismiss a stat just because it doesn't apply to me and my friends. So why are you doing that?
That's good for you. You stand on what you stand on with stats. I don't fuck with stats. I deal with reality. So you got your mind made up that you a stat man, and I got in my mind.
I actually agree with
I
him.
don't care about stats. I don't care about this.
I actually do agree with him because stats can be made up of anything.
Exactly.
You heard that, right? This is important, you guys. This is important. All right. She said, I actually agree with that. That could be made up of anything. Guess what? I agree to a certain extent. But just remember, she agreed.
Fair, they can't you don't know who's funding the study. So I understand where he's coming from. But if I could chime in, my experience is that most mothers are terrible. I think I've met maybe 2 good mothers. I'd say they generally can't discipline the kids, just, from what I've seen.
What have you seen, Pearl? You only know 2 good mothers? You only know 2 good ones? Is your mother included in that? Because word on the street, your mama don't fuck with you. So maybe this is projection. Maybe this is projection. Maybe because you don't have a good relationship with your mom, because not even your mom likes you. And I'll roll the clip. Just give me a second. Maybe that's why you say that. But the girl is so anti-woman. She's so male-centered that she's willing to say the most egregious things with nothing to back it up just for the validation of other males. And look at my face. And yes, you will see my face do this a lot throughout the stream. And we're also going to review her reaction to this panel as well, because she made a comment about my face. And if you know me, you've known me to be on these panels. I make faces at every piece of nonsense that I hear. I'm an expressive person. If it don't sound right to me, my face is going to be screwed up. So don't be surprised. What she just said was screwed up. Only know 2 good mothers. Mothers are horrible. Where do you get that from? Who are you around? I forgot. You're not even around your own mom because she hates you. Oh, let's keep going.
Aren't generally I think they like the clout of the kids more than the kid itself. That's why you see a lot of mothers put on what they want. They might want the kid to be a doctor. The kid wants to be his own person and they say, no, be a doctor because, you got to make me look cool for my friends. The mothers are the ones that post their kids on Twitter, where there are pedophiles on that app, but they say, F it, let me get some clout off this kid. That would be my experience, but I could understand.
How was that your experience, girl? Where'd you experience that? Miss came from a rich white family, 2-parent household. What? Is that how your mother treated you? Is that what happened? I mean, because this is a safe space, Pearly Girl. And it's cracking me up because she's just saying things. She's just saying things, you guys. And y'all eating it up. Y'all eating it up like, yep, she right. How is she right? Where are the facts on that? Pulling fallacies, pulling things out of thin air and stating them as facts. Makes absolutely no sense.
If you had a different one, sir. So I understand we all have our own, but I have not met very many good mothers. If we go into single mothers,
You don't have a good mother, Pearl. Oh, I don't feel bad. No, I don't.
would say it's even less. So that would be my experience. The data does back up mine a little bit more than yours, but I do understand being critical of data because I've been in this industry 5 years and people can manipulate stats to say anything. So I do understand it.
Yes, ma'am. I agree with that part. No. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
So your mom was really good. I'm guessing you had like a really good mother and all the.
Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see that right there? Why the fuck would you even need to ask that man that? Did you have a good mother? Was your mom good? Y'all say I started it. She came in guns blazing. Why are you even asking that man that? What provoked that question? Why wouldn't he have a good mother? Bitch. It's because you never had a good mother or a mother that wasn't good to you? You want to make everybody else miserable with you? That was an unnecessary, uncalled for question. And there's an underlining reason why she asked that man that question. And it wasn't just because she was fucking curious. All right? Welcome to Race Baiting 101. Don't piss me off today.
Moms like around you really good.
you know, my mama done a great job. She done an awesome job.
Period.
Great job. She raised 2 boys by herself. Done a great job.
But there's
Look, Pearl can't relate. Aw.
but that's the point is most people don't like at this point either it's very close to 50% of relationships that the people don't stay together or they stay together and those 50% are relationships that are lack of sex, people are not happy, people need to pay the mortgage so they don't want to be homeless and sleep on their car so they stay together. Like, wouldn't that actually be a reflection of what we were talking today? Even Michelle Obama said, I was miserable for 10 years. Should she leave? Like that, because she said it. I was miserable. Those are the words.
All right. So let's talk about this real quick. Because a lot of times, I don't know why y'all do this a lot, but you compare celebrities and public figures to the everyday couple, right? Fatty is talking about like, oh, women are never happy because even Michelle Obama said that she was miserable for 10 years. Y'all only heard that part and didn't understand that she was being transparent about the ups and downs of marriage, which is something that you all tend to advocate for. You always say women too quick to leave. You're supposed to endure. That lady endured for 10 years. Mind you, they've been married, what, 30 plus years now? 10 years while he was like trying to settle in his career. The children were really young. All you got to do is research the context of it. But some of you are so male-centered and just think a woman can't be real about the realities of a marriage and being with a partner, that her saying that makes you want Obama to divorce her because you find that to be disrespect. What she ultimately said was, I was miserable. I wasn't happy for this long, but we got through it. She gave you a clear depiction of what to do when things get hard in a marriage with somebody that you love at the end of the day. You don't give up. But y'all didn't take it that way. Y'all took it as, oh, we can't never make a woman happy. And not the fact that she put her happiness to the side for 10 years because she had a bigger picture in mind. Why don't you give her props for that? Y'all so anti-women, y'all don't hear what women say, and it bothers me so much. But let's continue. I pray that stops, because you're missing understanding when you do that. You're missing the reason why when you totally dismiss what she's saying, when all you're doing is hearing with your feelings. Y'all love to say that's what women do. We're all in our feelings. We're this and we're that. But you're in your feelings, and you can't even like grasp the concept of why she said what she said and how it is a beautiful thing that she said that, because it's relatable. it gives encouragement for couples to stay together, which is something y'all say we should do. But as soon as a woman is real, it's like, no, divorce her. Come on now. Pick a side. You either for marriage or you against it.
Yeah,
Michelle Obama left Barack Obama as soon as she is unhappy and she doesn't see it. Like, what do you guys
I
think?
would love to see an uptick in men divorcing their wives when they do this bullshit. You know, I'd say Obama, please divorce your wife. It's time.
This is what I don't understand about this girl. Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna let you get it together while you do that. Yeah, a little bit. No, it's okay. But it's interesting with what she said because there's video of her very staunchly advocating for eradicating divorce. You know what I mean? Like eradicating divorce. Women should not be allowed to divorce their husbands. We should all be locked into our marriages. And here she is advocating to end a marriage because a woman was real about her marriage. Which one is it, Pearl? Are you for marriage or are you against it? Oh, wait, you're only for it as it pertains to the likes of men. You do all this pick me type of stuff, and the guys don't want you, babe. They enjoy listening to you because you're a little well, not a little, but you're anti-women, and the spaces you're in are also anti-women. But at the end of the day, no one's going to choose you for marriage. I guarantee it. But let's continue.
She's got to stop disrespecting you like this.
Kind of video.
He'll never do it, but you know.
I actually don't agree with you.
So you saying if a woman give you come to you, right, and she feels a certain type of way, and she's no longer happy with the standard of treatment that you giving her in that marriage, that she is being disrespectful, you should just tap out and leave her.
I think when it gets to the point where she's comfortable doing it publicly in front of everybody, when she really doesn't have to. Like, I mean, this is Michelle Obama. Every bill is taken care of for her, every need. What more do you want? You were married to the president of the United States. You lived in the White House. So I think when it gets to that level, I think, you know, that's kind of torture for a man. I think more men deserve some peace. So, you know, that would be my opinion.
But y'all said it. Hold on, before if she said it, y'all need to support her because early on in the show, you said if this man ain't feeling happy, if his wife isn't cooperating, she's not doing right by him, y'all told her to leave. But I'm telling you, when y'all get comfortable, you'll take the woman's side instead of acknowledging what the man is saying. It's very hard to trust a brother who will have all these women say one thing, and we know that we see what's happening out in society. When you say your experience and brothers say their experience, most of these women ain't doing right by their men, but we listen more to the women that we know that's happening than the actual brothers who are saying it, solid or not solid. The brothers who ain't solid ain't got no right to complain, right? But the brothers who are solid, they got the right to complain. And when you see these men's wives coming up in public and doing these things, Big Rick, you got to know something wrong. Michael B. Jordan wife did him a certain way. Tom Brady wife did him a certain way. Johnny Depp wife did him a certain way. These are supposedly.
Michael B. Jordan had a wife.
These are relationships too, Jazz. Being honest, okay.
What she say? What did Michelle Obama say that was disrespectful to her husband?
She wasn't happy. She wasn't happy with that man for 10. She wasn't happy with him for 10 years.
That's her truth, though. You want to lie?
You know what I'm saying? How you just did? So if I came out and said my woman didn't make me happy for 10 years, that's not disrespecting my household.
I don't understand why is that such a big deal? When you all why is that such a big deal for her to say out loud? When you all say out loud, marriage is not about happiness. I hear you guys say that all the time. All the time. Y'all always say men sacrifice. So because she's a public figure and is speaking to other women that may have gone through or is going through or trying to navigate their marriages, because she said it out loud, that's disrespectful. How? It is what it is. Obviously, Barack didn't find it disrespectful because there's an understanding there. Marriage is not always about being happy, right? So if we can say that part out loud, why can't the person in the marriage say that out loud in public? If that's the overall consensus, what's the problem? The problem is a woman said it. That's the only reason y'all be pissed. Anytime, that's the reason why y'all mad at Aisha. That's the reason why y'all mad at Michelle, because it is a woman speaking out, and because of the men that they're with, y'all feel like they shouldn't say nothing. It should just be, I'm happy all the time because I'm married to a rich man. That's not reality. But let's keep going. I'm gonna fast forward it in a second. Like I said, y'all bear with me. I know I have some shit going on in the background. It is what it is. We're gonna continue. We're just gonna get better. Thank you for being here. Let's go. Hit the like.
There's Rick, you have to agree with
And
Ali.
that's why
Man,
this is.
hey Rick, no, one second, Ali. Hey Rick, have you ever been sad with your woman, feel disrespectful with your woman, feel disrespected?
Yeah, I felt disrespect plenty of time, but I let her know though. I let her know.
But did you come to the internet and you said, "Oh my"?
I don't just sit in. I'm not one of them men just gonna sit there and not speak on how you making me feel. See, a lot of men, they'll go tell everybody else that they got a problem with their wife. They'll go tell yes, they do. Yes,
And what about you?
Go ahead all you want. Yes,
But what about you? Do you do it?
I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit, y'all.
Okay, if that's the case, then we need to stop telling women you just leaving that man because you want to happy. They should just get the fuck out of there too. The minute that she feel disrespectful,
I totally agree.
The minute you feel like your money done decrease, you don't make the same amount of money. Your stomach done got a little fat, and your back big. She should.
I want to stop it here because we're gonna play some videos now, right? We're gonna play some videos of how Pearl actually sees marriage. Now she's here advocating for divorce. Ladies and gentlemen, advocating for divorce consistently on this panel. But give me a second. Let's pull up how she really feels about marriage. Hold on.
The cost, and like I just think as
Okay, y'all, I'm back. Bear with me, okay? Don't be dragging me, all right? I'm new to this, all right? But give me some time. I'm gonna be true to this. All right?
women divorce men 70 to 80% of the time.
But you don't. All right. It's chaotic, whatever. So let's just listen to how she feels about marriage, because somebody with this type of stance on marriage, I would never think the word divorce would ever come out of her mouth. I would think.
But you want divorce to be made illegal.
Yes.
Why?
Women divorce men 70
But you want divorce to be made illegal.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, because I don't think what we have today is really marriage. What is marriage? It's for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, till death do us part.
You're right, babe. Is that not what Michelle Obama did? Sickness and health, that doesn't necessarily mean physically sick. She's enduring the pain points of her marriage, doing what a wife should do. What's the problem? Just say you don't like women. That's what be pissing me off about y'all. Because y'all contradict yourselves all the time.
That's what marriage is supposed to be. But feminists have ruined marriage for the people that actually believe in marriage.
How?
When there's a 50% divorce rate and the average marriage
Why is that all down
8
to the
years.
women, though?
I didn't say that it was all down to the women.
So why
Well,
feminists ruin it?
you asked why I want divorce to be banned.
Yeah.
Can I finish
Yeah.
that first? So I'm saying, you know, the people that believe in divorce, go be in long-term relationships. Leave marriage for the people that actually believe in for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health till death do us part.
So you can see, and you can look up more videos on how she feels about it. What's the issue? What's the issue, Pearly Girl? Why is it that when Michelle Obama speaks out and says, yo, it's rough, but I'm here, you still like, no, divorce the bitch? Because you hate women. It's weird. It's weird. And a lot of y'all hate women and agree with this girl. She's so divisive. Y'all say you want us to come together, but y'all listening to a bitch that lives for dividing people. I'm clocking all you hoes today. It just has to happen. It's like, what are we saying, bro? So let's get back to the video. Give me 1 second. How y'all doing today? Drop a heart in the chat. Actually, no, drop a rose in the chat if you're having a good time, if you are feeling fine. I am so appreciative that you all have made it over, and we're going to get to the good stuff. We're going to get to it, but I needed to provide context in the conversation as a whole so we can get up to what led to what's been going viral. We got to do that. So I'm not going to spend too much time. Give me a second. All right, here we go. All right, so now we're back and let's play the video.
Just leave your motherfucking ass to it. You the boss.
Yeah, what I would say is women, your happiness is your own problem. So if you know she's in a place where she's blaming him for her unhappiness, I would say that yeah, she should leave because she's probably torturing him. So.
Nah, yeah.
All right, so enough of that shit, right? We're gonna fast forward it a little bit. We're gonna jump to we're gonna jump to the conversation where we are discussing dishes. Because for some reason, y'all be obsessed with who gonna do the dishes, who ain't doing the dishes, etc., etc. And I'm just like, yo, if you love each other, if you love your person, it's no like sweat off your back as a man to do a dish. It's no sweat off your back as a woman to sometimes take the fucking trash out. What's the big deal? Y'all be overcomplicating the most, like the simplest things. And it's so crazy because in this conversation, some people believe that these roles are gender specific, which they're not. Because if we are in a relationship and we're able to afford and outsource help, like maids to do the dishes, to do the cleaning, chefs to make our meals, then how do I show that I'm a woman to you? How? I can't wash the dishes. Y'all said a woman's place is to wash the dishes. That's her chore. But now we got a maid to do it. So am I no longer a woman? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all let me know if I'm crazy. I haven't looked at the chat yet. So take it easy. Take it easy on you, girl. All right, so let's start it here. Right here. Okay.
So if that's the case, she was mean to him. He came home. He has a harsher job. She said.
So right here in the conversation, Fatty is asking, like, oh, if he has a harsher job, would you be mad if you needed the trash taken out and he came home and he was like, nah, fuck that. I've been working all day. I ain't taking the trash out. First of all, who's doing that? Who's doing that? That like makes no sense. And we are not in like the 1950s, y'all. Like there are more jobs to work outside of factory jobs that you got to work 16, 18 hours, a day and all you do is work. Y'all not even in those kind of jobs.
Can you do the dishes?
I don't know. That's a weird.
Why do we want
No,
to say-
one second, Rick, one second, because I want to read for the ladies and then you got it. Melanie and Pearl, what do you guys think about this situation? Is the same situation, like, should the woman be expected to do the dishes since she has the softer job, or is the man to help too, if that's the
Chores
case?
aren't gender specific.
I'll let Melanie go first, and then I'll go.
This was another thing. Come closer. Come closer. This was another thing. Clock it. And I don't even fuck with Melanie like that. She cool when she want to be, but you know, like it's cool. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But this girl, Pearl, deliberately kept calling her the incorrect name. I'll let Melanie go. Melanie. That is a microaggression. It clearly says melanin. But this bitch lacks respect for other people, especially Black women. She's not even trying to learn the girl's name. And you will notice I did try to correct her, but nobody caught it. Hold on. Let's bring it back up. But I'm pointing these things out because this girl does not mean well in these spaces. She's there to antagonize intentionally. She's there to piss people off. That's all she got.
I'm not
Melanie.
long-winded. So for me, I would think that it is the woman's responsibility in this scenario to do the dishes. I think I think it's wrong to have any other outcome. He has a strenuous job. Only one person in this situation is looked down upon at any point if they were no longer the provider. So we don't provide men with the same lineage that we get. So for
Y'all, give me 1 second. I got somebody at my door. Don't go anywhere. It'll take 2 seconds. Give me one quick moment. I don't know how to use that thing right now. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hold fast. Hold tight. Okay, I'm back. My bad.
me, you can't expect the same like you can't expect for him to feel like he's doing the more strenuous work and to be equal to you, somebody that's being at home or like a pampered princess at work. He shouldn't even be coming home to dishes as far as I'm concerned.
And also, I don't understand this whole because some women may have like desk jobs that it can't be stressful, that it can't be mentally draining, that we can't be, going through it at work just because we're not outside chopping wood. So that means that because we sit down in air conditioning, is what they like to say, is that we should have more energy when we get off work to come home and still do the dishes and everything because we wasn't outside in the sun working all day. Like, come on now. That doesn't even make sense.
What about you, Pearl?
Yeah, I agree. 90% of female jobs are non-essential, meaning that if we stop doing them tomorrow, the economy would be fine. We're
All right. All right. This is where we got to get into it, because this is where we clearly already know she's a liar. But this is where she just started lying for no reason. Okay, like she claims that 90% of jobs that women do are non-essential. What a dumbass bitch. So at this time, we are going to debunk all of that. Okay. We're going to debunk all of these claims, because to sit there and say that basically women do not contribute to society, like, how anti-woman do you have to be to say some stupid ass shit like that? Like, it's so inaccurate and it's so wrong, but you don't even care because you just want to hate women. But I'm not here to be in my feelings. All right. I'm here to state the facts. So let's do that. So give me a second while I pull up this other video. How y'all been doing today? What did y'all eat? I haven't eaten anything at all. And I'm hungry. But I'm just like, what do you want to eat? So let's see. Okay, here we go. Thank you very much. And if you hear that click clacking and ringing dinging, that's my dog running around like a crazy girl. Yes, she is. Okay. All right. So, can you guys see that? All right. So yeah, I definitely hold on. Is this the right one? Okay. All right. So her claim is that 90% of jobs that women do are non-essential. Obviously, that's wrong. But it says here what those essential jobs are. So women make up roughly about half of the U.S. workforce, around 47 to 48% in recent BLS reporting. Depending on the measure and timing, women held 42 to 52% of jobs classified as essential in an analysis from the pandemic period. Right? We all remember who were the frontline workers, right? Remember that, right? I know some of y'all got that COVID vaccine. I'm sure it was a woman that administered that to you. Anyway, one census analysis found women hold 42% of full-time year-round jobs that were designated essential. Other reporting during COVID noted women filled a slight majority of many frontline essential roles: healthcare, social services, food, retail. Let's get into it. Where women are concentrated, high female share. These are essential. Childcare, preschool, kindergarten teachers, daycare. Woman, 94 to 97% of workers in child daycare and preschool kindergarten roles. These are the jobs that keep other workers able to work. You see that, right? Okay. Let's continue. Education, K through 12. Elementary and middle school teachers are a top job for women. Women constitute the vast majority of early childhood educators. Service and retail, grocery, food service, cleaning, admin, many grocery, food service, retail, housekeeping, and administrative support roles and are majority female. Examples: secretaries, admin assistants, 94% female in some counts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So she wants to say that if we all just left the workforce today, the economy would still thrive. It would still thrive. But if this were to happen, this is what be the adverse reaction. So child daycare, 94% of child daycare employees are women. That sector would lose all of its staff. Home health aides, women, 87%. Removing them would break elder and disability care chains. Nurses, registered nurses, roughly 80 to 90% of Many nursing roles are female. Hospitals and clinics would face instant staffing crises, teachers, administration, etc., etc. So this shows that the girl just hates women so much that she's willing to say these egregious things to make it seem like society doesn't need women. But the data clearly shows that we are essential. We do contribute to society. And without us, there could be a collapse. But y'all didn't ask her to back up any of that data, right? You didn't ask her to cite her sources as it pertains to the so-called claim that she put out there. But I did. And we got to stop acting like women in the workforce is not something that's actually needed. This also helps men. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so in conclusion to that, you just have to understand like women are not an option in the workplace, right? We're structural. And women make up nearly half of all workers in the US. So we hold a massive share of the jobs that keep society running on a day-to-day basis. So to say that, and then you all might say, "Oh, well, elderly care, you might not think those jobs are essential." But let's talk about the labor intense fields that women are actually entering and continue to enter. Women are making up about 11% of construction workers, nearly 20% of oil, gas, and mining support jobs, and they're 1 in 3 in manufacturing jobs. We're making up 27% of STEM workers. We're nearly 30% of scientists and engineers. So why is it that our contributions, when we're clearly contributing, always being invalidated by people like Pearl and by men or other people that listen to her when the data doesn't support her false ass claims? Why y'all don't call her out about that? Well, I don't get it. But let's continue with the video. But I had to talk about that because that is a very egregious claim to say. Like we work most of our jobs are 90% non-essential. The data doesn't support that, boo. So she coming with stats and facts. I ain't heard a stat and fact yet. I haven't. But I'm sure you guys will find a way to make her claims to be true. I don't understand how anybody can be so for a person that's so anti-community, regardless if it's a Black community. She's anti everything that should be bringing us together. Are y'all not? What Justin Bieber is saying? Is it not clocking to you?
For 90% of male, where men do 90% of the essential jobs in the economy. So generally women have a lot easier jobs than men. And I don't think the dishes is that big of a deal. I don't know why we're complaining about it. Like, I mean, you know what's crazy? Men have invented so much stuff to make all the housework easier. Like they've invented dishwashers, they've invented Roombas.
Oh, Auntie looked that up. Men invented dishwashers. Are you sure about that, Pearly Girl? Another lie. Another lie. Lord have mercy, girl. You just don't stop. You just don't fucking stop. You know? And I have the proof. You know, Auntie got it. Yes, I do. I know I am struggling trying to get this stuff together. Let me see. Because I wanted to ask, is that true? Is that true? Men invented dishwashers, Pearly Girl? Are you sure about that, beloved? Are you sure about that, Bookie? Because according to this stop screen, share screen is really working on my nerves. Okay. So let me see. All right. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. What are the facts? I was told by my wonderful friends that wanted to make sure I did this and did this correctly. I was told to come with the facts. So the facts, oh my God, y'all, I'm sorry. Is that too is that too small? All right, fuck it. We can just read it together. All right. So guess what? Now you heard Pearl just say, oh, men invented the dishwasher once again, invalidating women's contributions and making it seem like men did all of this shit for the convenience of women. But look at here. Look at here, ho. I asked Gemini, who invented the dishwasher and who was it intended on benefiting initially? Typo. The first commercially successful dishwasher was invented by Josephine Garris Cochran. What? It was invented by who? I'm sorry. Let's read that one more time. The first commercially successful dishwasher was invented by Josephine Garris Cochran, also known as Josephine Cochran, who received a patent for her design in 1886. So for you men out there and for you women out there that love to throw that men created dishwasher, a lie, bitch. Ooh, initially, her invention was intended on benefiting wealthy housewives and socialites who wanted to protect their fine china from being chipped or broken by servants while hand washing. Cochran herself was frustrated by the damage her delicate dishes sustained. That is so hilarious to me because this shit wasn't even about making a woman's housework easier. It was about protecting fine china. However, the machines were initially too large and expensive for most homes. Consequently, the first customers who widely adopted the dishwasher were hotels, restaurants, and other institutions that needed an efficient way to clean a large number of dishes quickly and save on labor costs. It wasn't until mid 20th century that the appliance became common in private households. Where that bunny in? Oh, damn. What we saying? This y'all queen though. The all seer, the all knower. She know everything. She know it all. She ain't never told a lie. That was what? How many lies so far? How many lies so far? Oh, women make up 90% of non-essential jobs. Debunked it. Oh, men invented the dishwasher. Negative. That was a woman. I don't know. Is it easier to believe the lie? Is that what it is? Like, is believing the lie easier for some of you? Is it easier because it aligns with your beliefs on like male superiority and why men are the leaders because they did all these things? If you're listening to this girl, she's lying. She's lying to you. You're being fed lies. But nobody is asking her to fact check anything. Ooh, you gotta love.
They've invented all this stuff that makes everything easier. And yet we still find a way to complain, which leads me to conclude that we are not.
And mind you, she mentioned two things. The dishwasher, which we now have discovered was invented by a woman. The Boomba, which is like a modern day invention vacuum cleaner. That indeed was invented by a man. But these are the only two things that men created. Or I'm sorry, the one thing a man created to make a woman's housework easier, Pearl? Shut up.
Ever happy. And my last point is that if you're the type of person that's going to keep score of every little thing in a relationship, I don't know if relationships are for you. So
Let me get CJ and Big Rick. Oh, sorry, Mel, you already said what you need to say?
Yes.
Yes. And then Mr.
Okay.
Ilkanali goes last because I know he has something to say. Absolutely.
If she's working an air conditioning job and she making more money and she's paying majority of the bills, then he could do some dishes.
First of all, CJ, why do you talk like that? Why do you talk like that? Like, I don't know. Something about CJ, like I do not like him. Let's make that very clear. But his voice be cracking me up.
But
Damn.
if he's paying the majority of the bills, then she need to get her ass up in that kitchen and do the dishes. She working an easy job, then she need to do the dishes. Especially they expect the man to pay majority of the bills anyway. So she
All right,
definitely need
Pop.
to get in that kitchen.
Shut up, CJ. Cause you ain't never told no woman to get in the kitchen. You ain't never told no woman, hey girl, get your ass in that kitchen. Ain't nobody listening to you, Siege. Go home, Roger. All right, we're gonna fast forward it to another timestamp. Drop a rose in the chat, you guys, if you're having a good time, if this is making sense to you. Now we're gonna get to the good part, okay? Sorry if it took a little while to get there. Whatever, bear with me, all right? So we're gonna move it on up to where the situation starts to unfold.
Yes.
And I
And then Mr.
feel
You can
I feel like a lot of y'all have been catching this conversation. God damn it, what the hell, Leon? Catching this conversation before the actual context of the falling out between Pearl and I. You're seeing it from when she's just saying something as if we were genuinely speaking about that. And I just said, clocked her on it for no reason. No, not the case at all. So we're going to run it back. We're going to go to 144. I took my notes, y'all. All right. Lucky was like, you need your timestamps. I said, and you're right. Once I get the hang of this for real, I promise it'll be all right. But I appreciate y'all. Once again, I appreciate y'all for being here and just hearing my side of things to get a better perspective of where I'm coming from. All right, so let's get to the main event, as Fatty likes to say, on how this whole thing started to fall apart. Let's go.
To TV, these love stories where they just ride off into the sunset. We choose, like, I'm thinking movies here. Jack, what is the Titanic, right? She's falling in love with this unstable. She has the stable guy at home, and then she's really in love with the unstable one. So it's just kind of how we are. We just chase chaos, and we tend to bond with men. The more chaotic the relationship is, I think it's because of the ups and the downs. I don't know. That's kind of just how we are. What do you think, Melanie?
I think.
Did you clock it again? That was the second time now she calls her Melanie, and that's why my face is screwed up like that. Because, bitch, you know her name. White people love doing that weird shit, intentionally fucking up somebody's name and not giving a fuck about it. You know that clearly says Melanin, ho. Put some respect on her fucking name. Was I muted the whole time? Oh, shit. But look, what I'm saying is, if you clock that, she called her Melanie again. Her name is Melanin. Her name is Melanin. That's another microaggression white people love to do, fucking up black people's names. You clearly see. Can you read? Can you read, Pearly girl? Pearly Swirl? Because it clearly says Melanin. Put some respect on her name. I hate when white folks do that shit. Y'all think this bitch is your friend. Even if you don't think it's your friend, the fact that some people want to be around her for clout or for money when she just comes in just to blatantly disrespect you. I don't get it. I don't get that game yet. But let's go. Oh, I keep muting myself right there.
That something in a woman feels like she can fix a man, or change him into something that she wants him to be. So I think that's why they have a tendency to chase something of chaos. They feel like they can fix it.
Let me get Jazz and the Tina, and then I still.
Sorry,
Go ahead,
mind if I add one thing? You're so right. It's like our narcissism. We want to think that we're so awesome, that we're the gal that fixed him. That was a good point. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Jazz and then the Tina. Yes, Jazz and then the Tina. Why do you guys think that women are so drawn to chaos over comfort?
the why can be it's varying what the why is, but I do agree with Melanin that some women do look at certain people and think they can fix them. They think they can be the good thing that comes into that person's life and try to change them because they see them beyond what is actually being shown. So I actually kind of agree with that. But the why, who knows? You know, people do things for different reasons. It could be what you have been taught to believe is a healthy relationship. Maybe you've been exposed to chaos in your personal life, you know, as a child or your upbringing. So when you go into relationships, you look for chaos because you found comfort in that. So it just depends on the person.
What about you, Tina? Why do you think women go to chaos instead of comfort?
Okay, well, I don't want to sound like a broken record, and I'll try to keep it as short as I can, but women have 4 hormonal cycles every month. We are a little chaotic. We go through ups and downs all the time. We raise children. Children are chaotic. Like,
So Athena really grinds my fucking gears. I ain't gonna hold you. Cause girl, what the fuck are you talking about? First you just said we're so chaotic and we just don't know what's going on, but we raise kids. Women are just so, we got hormonal cycles, we're so unstable, but yet we are given the responsibility, not only by society, but by men to have the stability to raise a child. We're so chaotic, we don't know what to do with ourselves, but we raise kids. Exactly, bitch. Exactly. We gotta be 10 toes down to raise a damn human being. We gotta, and some women can't take it. But the majority of women have to lock in and suppress all of the chaos that's going on internally so they can be there for their family, so they can be there for their children. So I don't understand why this whole women are unstable narrative is constantly perpetuated when we are given the biggest responsibilities in society. Like, put some respect on women's name, y'all. This ain't about anti women. This is about valuing each other and understanding that we both have something to offer to society and we both can work together. This shit, it ain't right.
1 second, they're in your face smiling, and then they headbutt you and then turn off and run away laughing. So we're kind of used to that chaos. And then I think,
which means that we can endure anything. You're right. So what's your stance, babe? Crazy ass kids running around and somehow a mother keeps it all together.
so many women and men are raised by single parents in modern society. And I've said it before, like, it's like men are the bumpers in an alley or in a bowling lane, and like they keep the woman within a certain level of her chaos, right? She bounces back and forth. He's like guarding her from going flying off the walls. Well, if someone's never had that mirrored in their life and they can't see that and they don't take direction from men, then the women just kind of do whatever. Women need the correction and direction of men.
No, the fuck we don't. No, we don't. Oh, is there static in my hold on, let me see. Y'all, let me know. Do you guys hear any static in do you hear any static at all or any feedback? Because I'm on this microphone without headphones and I be forgetting I have my phone next to me. Sometimes I get feedback. If you ever hear some feedback, let me know in the chat, okay? So I can make sure I fix it. But yeah, no, we don't need men just because they're men to give us direction to live. I'm looking at the chat now, Tio. My bad. I'm looking at it now. But this whole idea that women just cannot do anything without the correction of males around is ridiculous. That history doesn't even show that. Men thought that. and then decided to subjugate women because they thought, oh, they can't do anything without us. But and that'll be another episode when we walk down that whole system. But we got to stop making it seem like we are just helpless without men, and every man is not a good leader just because they're men. A good man, yeah, a good man is leading himself and is leading his people with his people's best interest at heart. You know?
And if they've never seen that in their life, they kind of just go off the walls. And it's kind of in our nature. And I think it was Jordan Peterson was talking about how there are some men who seem competent through their confidence and risk taking. Because if you look at it biologically speaking, risk taking did lead to positive outcomes as long as it was responsible. But a lot of women are attracted to that, even if it's not in a positive way. It's not positive risk taking, it's negative risk taking.
Rick was nodding his head a little bit. What do you think? Why do you think the statement is wrong, Rick? That women are not
Yes,
attracted to chaos?
absolutely. I
Why
think
you say that?
So most men don't lead with no chaos. When you first meet a woman, you don't even show her that you got some shit going on.
Accessibility shortcut.
Most men lead with this fake ass persona that they are the man that of her dream, and you nothing like the nigga that you had before you. So I don't think women are picking those type of men. But by the time she realized that you full of shit and you ain't the nigga that you led with, right? It's too late. She already invested her emotion. That gave you her motherfucking body and shit. That gave you her time and shit. So that's what it is. How many men walk up to women and say, "I got 10 baby mamas. I don't take care of none of my kids. I can't keep a full-time job 30 days to get hired on permanent. If you fuck with me and have a baby by me, and once you make me mad and I feel some type of way about you, I'm gonna dismiss your ass and leave you up with a single baby mama and raise the kid by yourself." Men don't come at women like that. Even when you know you got problems and you ain't got your shit together, you don't present yourself in that manner. You coming like you done got your shit together, ain't no baggage, your baby mama, you in good standards with your previous relationship. Men, we are very
I mean, is he lying? Is he lying? He ain't lying. It's not like men are coming up and presenting themselves with all their shit when they meet a woman. Usually, she finds out about all their shit when she didn't fell in love. Now she involved. There's some truth to that. Why won't more men like acknowledge that part of the why a woman may be with a certain type of guy?
And we lead with the bullshit. We lead with a lot of times we don't end up with that shit. So that's why you get women in chaos with dealing with these men. Most women not type of bad men like that, bro. They're not choosing. We choose them. They don't choose.
Question for Pearl, and then Yuri can actually respond, and then we go to the fellas. I see you, CJ. Pearl, do most women know about how these men move, how they act? Because in my head, it comes Future, Nick Cannon, Cam Newton. Like, usually.
Once again, y'all, we have to stop comparing our lives to the likes of these celebrity men and what they do with their money and with the women that participate in their bullshit. I don't understand how y'all can say, well, because Cam Newton got all these baby mamas and Nick Cannon got all these baby mamas and Future got all these baby mamas, then women must love men like that. No, these are entertainers and they are dealing with women who don't care to have a family with them. They're signing up to be their baby mama because of who they are, not because of the character, but because they are wealthy men and they want to be in proximity to that all the time. That does not conclude that women in general go for those type of men. So why is it even a question, you know?
the guy that has already a track record and women still flock to them. This is a very visible. I don't think this is
Now, you
like
know
the
about
woman will.
No, women know, but we hate that we love them.
That's different.
Like, oh, I love him so much. I hate it. I hate, we hate that we love the criminals, the players, the.
Lucky, I don't know how to highlight comments yet, but Lucky, you're right. You're right. They're also mad because the women they want those men and they don't want them. And like, that's why you're really upset. You're not trying to date in your lane. You're not trying to find somebody that actually likes you. You want the fantasy girl that the ballers can get. And you're mad because you're not getting it. But this is what part of the conversation that is where it all started to kind of break down. She starts to say, this is where it all begins. This is where she kind of was confusing me because she was trying to say that biologically women are attracted to criminal, violent men. Women. Now, we're going up to this point, nobody mentioned race. I never mentioned race. She never mentioned race. We are still talking in general about relationships and women in relationships. Now, she starts to say this, and I'm confused because as a woman, which she's saying we're all biologically wired to be attracted to these kind of men. And I understand the dominance factor, but she moved from dominant to criminal to murderer, and that women are naturally attracted to all of those. But then let's just keep going.
Rappers, in this case, the really unstable men we just love. And you could see this because when women are young and hot, that's who we pick. When we're old, ugly, and used up, I mean, that's when we go for the stable guy.
Who old and ugly? Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
And we do a very good job. Yeah. We do a very good job convincing them we love them. So I don't know if any girl comes in and is like, I love the stable guys. It's like, at 20, did you? Usually not. So.
And I don't really understand this stance either because who was making all the right decisions in relationships at 19, 20 years old? Why do y'all use that as like a point of contention? Like, well, when you were in your 20s, you were choosing the guy that wasn't right for you. Yeah, probably. Because when you're young, you're still trying to figure things out. You're exploring. You might be attracted to the fast life. You might be attracted to the guy that every man. You don't have experience in real relationships yet, so you're just drawing off emotions. Of course, you're going to start that way as a young person, but as you grow and evolve and gather more experiences, you will change. So what's the issue with that? That's a part of evolution as human beings. We shouldn't, finish where we started. We should evolve. We should say, okay, these kind of guys, these kind of women aren't really kind of the women or the people that I need to be aligning with. As I grew, my standards changed. What's wrong with that?
And we can't help it to some degree. We cannot help that we are attracted to men that show signs of dominance. I think a lot of us we wish we could turn it off, but we can't. It's just what we're attracted to. We're biologically hardwired to do that, unfortunately. So
we're biologically hardwired to. Did you say we're biologically?
And I don't like the term dominant so much because it makes it seem, because dominant means you're like dominating over me. Now, do I like a confident man? Do I like an assertive man? Someone that can defend himself if need be? Yes, but I don't need domination. We don't need to be dominated in order for us to be together. So yeah, we may be naturally attracted to confident men who know how to assert themselves. But that dominant, I'm just like, I don't know.
Logically hardwired to want chaotic, criminal.
Well, dominant. Yeah, dominant. Because, you got to think of like Ted Bundy. He had women. Yeah, he had women writing him love letters. He impregnated a woman. He impregnated
Now we about to unpack this part. Give me 1 second. Oh, distractions everywhere. Okay, here we go. Lucky talking about dominate me, daddy. Listen, you talking about a whole different type of domination. Okay. We all right with that. We all right with that. I'm just talking about in general. You know, I don't need to be dominated in my relationship, but we can talk about it in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Dated a woman while he was in prison for murdering women. This is a real Luigi Mangione.
I don't think that's a woman thing. I think that's a thing that certain women do.
Well, you are correct.
There's
Well,
no.
Now, here's where y'all tried to say that I was insinuating something. I wasn't insinuating anything. She said she tried to make the comparison because to try to drive her point about women liking men of like the likes of Ted Bundy, right? She tried to say that because women were riding Ted Bundy in jail, that women like murderers, that women like men who can kill other women because Ted Bundy had weird ass fans. And that's why I said that's a certain type of woman, a weirdo, a sicko. That's what I'm saying. But to say we all naturally like that shit, no. That's where I was confused because it kept going from one place to the next.
There's no.
Hold on,
There's no.
Jazz, let her land, and you respond. You going to get the mic. Let her land.
not ever that. There's different levels of dominance. However, we are still attracted to dominant men, and that does come in the form of if a man can kill someone else, we know he can protect us biologically. So,
Who? What? What? If a man can kill someone, that means he can protect you? No, that means he can probably kill you. The fuck? That's why this is my face. Because what? Because now she's equating dominating with the ability to maybe kill somebody, and that's attractive to women. So we like men like that. No, the fuck we don't. No, we don't. I don't want to be with any man that I know has a tendency to kill women or has killed women. That's weird. So that's why I asked what I asked.
that just is what it is.
So you find you equate dominance with you find a man that can dominate and harm a woman attractive?
That's one way that men describe it, or that's one way that men do it, and women do select those men. So I try not to apply morality to this, good or bad, it doesn't matter, because women do pick criminals. Criminals are more men that have committed a violent crime are actually more likely. They are more likely to reproduce.
And I said, speak for yourself, because I don't have that experience as a woman. And she's making this blanket statement that this is what all women want. This is what all women like.
Than men that have it. So I didn't make this world. You know, I didn't make women write love letters to Ted Bundy.
Has that been your experience? Like, are you attracted to criminals?
Well, to be fair, I don't know many criminals. So
now, this is where y'all tried to say, yo, you made it personal first. No, I did not. I was challenging her perspective. She said, oh, this is what we all like. I'm like, I've never had that experience wanting to be next to a criminal, like have a natural propensity to criminals. No. So I asked her, because she's a woman, I'm a woman. I should have had this experience before, right? Never. So I asked her, has that been your experience as a woman? Where you find yourself attracted to criminals? attracted to violent men, since you're saying that's how all women feel and how all women look into it, I just simply asked her, for real? Like, has that been your experience? And what did she say? And what does she say? Oh, well, I'm not around criminals, but if you're not around them, you still naturally desire them, right? It's biological, right? So I don't understand the confusion there. How was that a subtle shot, T.O.? How? I'm just like, if she's making this blanket statement that all women do this, are biologically wired to do this, and I don't have that experience as a woman, I'm asking her, has that ever been your experience? She said no. So where does that even come from? And why is it that nobody else called it out? Where is the actual factual data that states that women are biologically hardwired to be attracted to murderous men? Because Ted Bundy got a couple love letters. So because I challenged that, this is where it went.
That hasn't been my experience personally.
What about the people in your environment?
I mean, I've interviewed 1,000 people. A good chunk of them did, procreate and date men with felonies. That's not uncommon. So,
Okay,
especially in the black community, if we're going to be honest, that.
Okay. We just had a whole conversation about general women, whatever the case may be. Nobody made it about race. Right then and there, she made it about race. Why? Why? Nobody said, oh, especially in the white community, when we already know history shows that white women love a murderer. You do. Your grandmama and them had your mama at a Klan hanging before, taking pictures of her under a dead body. Y'all like that shit. Since it's about race now. It's one thing when you can be edgy, but Lucky, it's another when you constantly like criminals that can potentially harm you. That is the nuance that I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Edgy and has like a dominant attitude is different from saying that we're naturally attracted to these other things. And if that's not what she meant, why would she say that? Why would she bring up a murderer? Why would she bring up Ted Bundy? Everybody likes a little thug, a little guy with edge, a little street potential, but that doesn't always necessarily mean that they are a criminal. The biggest criminals are white women, along with their counterparts. But let's continue.
Well, yeah. Well, and I was going to say, so I don't know why you're pretending to not know what I'm talking about. You can
I don't think you know what you're talking
gaslight
about.
these simps, but you can't gaslight me.
I don't know what you're talking about. And like, what was up with all that? What was up with all that? Like, you can gaslight these simps, but you can't gaslight me, Chica. First of all, why are you calling me Chica? I'm not gaslighting you, but why do you think that I know about criminal, like being attached to criminals because I'm Black? You know this is a thing? I don't know. I don't know that. I know that every socioeconomic class, every race of people may date someone with a criminal past. Everybody does that. Has done it. So why, if we all are in agreement that some people date these kind of guys, why did you have to say especially in the Black community? Because you're a race baiting bitch. If you know anything about the Black community, but I will say about the white community, it's a lot of white women that find, men who kill other women attractive. Those are the women that were
true, but I won't gaslight you about it. I won't gaslight you. I would say that's true. That's
I
true. There
can't
are
hear you
there
while
are
I'm
white
talking.
women that do
I
that.
can't hear you while
Yeah,
I'm talking.
completely.
Hold on real quick. Hey, hold on.
I
I'm gonna
won't
say it again.
gaslight.
Hold on real quick, Pearl.
I
Hold
can't
on.
hear you while I'm
Jazz.
talking. I don't even know why she even brought up the black
You can't say
community.
that.
And it's so frustrating because Ali, I was the one responding to her. And she starts to cut me off. And now you're telling me to be quiet while I'm in the middle of responding to what she's saying. She's cutting me off. And while I'm trying to respond and have the conversation, y'all cutting me off. And I understand y'all were trying to accommodate this girl. She was a guest. You know what I'm saying? She was a guest on your show. So you want to make sure she feeling how she feel, whatever. But be fair, because in that exchange, I had the floor.
Can't say that until she lands. Like I want you to right now. We got strong personalities on the panel. Please let the person finish and then respond. You can't say the person interrupted you, and why you talking over me while I'm talking if you already interrupted the person. Let her finish. You the first person that can respond to her, Jazz. You the first person. Just let her land.
I did let her land.
No, you didn't let her land, Jazz.
Okay.
It's fine. Let's start now.
Okay, well, you asked me why I brought it up, the black community, because you're black, so you would know. Because like I don't
Like, why do y'all think that shit is funny? Look at these. Look at them. Look at them. Oh, I messed up, y'all. Hold on. Where was that at?
morality to this, good or bad, it doesn't matter, because women do pick criminals. Criminals are more men that have committed a violent crime are actually more likely. They're more likely to reproduce than men that haven't. So I didn't make this world. You know, I didn't make women write love letters.
Has that been
Hold on, let me go back,
your
y'all.
experience? Like, are you attracted to criminals?
And correct me if I'm wrong. She punched you in the face.
Oh my God, y'all, I fucked up. Hold on. I see what she on.
Okay, go ahead, Pearl, and then we go back.
Bus at all to make that a.
My bad. I brought it up, the black community, because you're black, so you would know. Because like I don't.
That is first of all,
it's like the same reason you brought up.
How is that not racist? The reason why I brought up this is because you're black and you will know. How would I know that? Why are you assuming that I know that a majority of black women date criminals? I don't know that. I don't have that experience, but you assume that because that wasn't a fact. That wasn't no stat backed by data. That was just a racist narrative remark that you wanted to put out there because I challenged your thought process on women have a propensity to criminals and murderous men. So you had to make it about black people because you don't know how to come into black spaces and just have a conversation. You got to come into black spaces and talk about black people, and then only talk about black people in the most demonizing way, in the most stereotypical way. You're not really here to have an honest conversation. You're here to be a bitch. You're here to be rude. You're here to be racist because that's what you are.
The same reason you brought up the white community, because I'm white.
I didn't
have
bring- I
eyes, you know.
If you're done, first of all, that's very disrespectful.
It's very
I didn't-
disrespectful.
This
No,
was
it's
a
not.
conversation about.
Yes, it is.
No, it's very
Hey,
disrespectful.
friends, we don't need that leaves. Jess can handle it. Let her handle it.
Go ahead.
So, like I said,
if
we
you're
were talking
offended, next.
Go ahead, Jess. Let
Y'all
Jess
gonna
finish,
allow
please.
me?
Let's go ahead, Jess.
I will. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, do you see the antagonizer? You're offended, you're this, you're that. It wasn't about being offended, but listen, if a racist coming here saying some racist ass shit, I have a right to be offended. I have a right to defend myself as a black person when a racist person comes in here and derails the entire conversation and pulls, and not even pull up, but spews out negative stereotypes about black people that aren't even accurate, trying to add to the conversation. Why is that okay? And it's not even accurate. That wasn't a correct stat.
So, like I said, we were speaking about
Then on top of that, I also want to make something very clear. If she's saying that a majority of Black women date criminals, what do you think she's saying about Black men? What is she saying about Black men if she's saying a majority of Black women date criminals? She's in a black male-led space calling them criminals. But I'm the issue. Okay.
Relationships in general, nobody said anything about Black or white until you brought it up. And for what reason, I don't know. It didn't add anything to the conversation. First of all,
no, it didn't. It didn't add anything to the conversation. It derailed the conversation.
You're speaking on the nature of women and how we are all naturally attracted to men who are criminals. And then you made a point to say,
in particular, yeah.
Excuse me, no.
Black women in particular, yeah. Really? Really? I don't understand, like, where is she getting that from? Where? Should we pull up some stats? Maybe I should pull up some stats. You know, whatever. Since we're here right now. Because she kept saying, now mind you, remember at the beginning of the conversation, she don't even believe in stats like that. She doesn't even believe in stats because they can be skewed. But now all of a sudden, as it pertains to Black people, the stats are right. And y'all in the comments saying like, well, you're being disingenuous. And you niggas in the comments that's caping for this white girl when she will make you her slave if she had the opportunity are really, really starting to piss me off. Because why does she deserve so much respect from y'all when she gives no respect? Where's that motherfucker? Because I don't get it. Let's continue.
That is not the case at all for Black women. Now, if you're talking about people that are in poverty, people that live in certain situations and
60% of Black men have been arrested by the
Can you stop cutting her off?
And again, I was cut off. I was cut off in the middle of a conversation that I'm trying to explain myself. And I'm constantly getting cut off. And now she throws out another random stat. She tries to say that 60% of Black men are arrested by the time that they're 24. Incorrect. Let's pull it up. Let's put it up. All right. Give me a second. Y'all. I'm trying. I want to get it right. Okay, here we go. All right. So let's look up these stats. Let's talk about it. All right. So the stat she's trying to say is that most Black men are criminals. Here's what it says, and I made sure I sourced the details too, because y'all love to say ChatGPT and Gemini can be, reverse engineered to give me answers that are in my favor. So let's just break it down. It says the crucial request. It's important to cite reputable sources when discussing sensitive and complex data like this. The statistics provided in the previous response were derived from an extensive sociological study. Here are the sources for key statistics used to counter the claim that most Black men are criminal. 1 in 5, or 20% lifetime likelihood of imprisonment for Black men born in 2001. This is from the Sentencing Project. This is the source here. This means that 80% of Black men are not expected to be imprisoned in their lifetime. 15% of African American adult men have ever been to prison. Here is your source. This indicates that 85% of African American men have not been to prison. 33% of African American adult men have a felony conviction as of 2010. Here is your source. It indicates that 67, 2/3 of African American men do not have a felony conviction. 49% of Black males have been arrested by the age of 23, compared to 38% of white males. The figure is about arrests, not convictions or imprisonment, but is often cited in discussions about criminal justice or criminal justice contact. So at the end of the day, she's conflating numbers to justify this negative lie and stereotype about Black men. And then you're not even considering, she's trying to frame it as if, well, Black men are just criminals. Black men are a bunch of criminals, when you're not considering how Black men, our communities are over-policed. We are number one in exonerations and wrongful convictions. We are more likely to get a harsher sentence for the same crime as our white counterparts, right? So to just throw out a stat that isn't even accurate and say, well, you guys do kind of, you kind of have that criminal history there. It's just a flat out lie. And then to not even consider the nuance is problematic and it's damaging because you're perpetuating negative stereotypes about a community that aren't true. How am I not, hold on, Courtney. How am I not getting it? The reason, listen, the reason, if y'all look at the video, the reason I wasn't able to get my shit off is because I kept getting cut off and Ali and Fatty wanted to change it. They wanted to handle it. It turned into, let's look up the stat. Fatty and Ali quieted me down to handle the situation. I couldn't get all my shit off. I couldn't say the things that I wanted to say because I was allowing the host of the show to handle it. So I don't understand how you can say that I'm still speaking with an emotion when I'm bringing up the facts that show that what she's saying wasn't true about Black men. And then if you want to discuss, I have another stat for you. But I didn't explode. You said, Courtney, you said because you were initially triggered on it, Jazz, you didn't wait. You were ready to explode, but I didn't explode. What are you talking about? I did it. I did not go off. The way that I could have went off, I did not go off at all. Let's go. I'm going to go back because first of all, let's go back to this stat real quick. I see y'all just came here to bully me today, but that's fine. Ooh, excuse me. All right. All right. So it says here, is it true that 60% of Black men have been arrested by the age of 25? Or whatever she said. Arrest prevalence by age 23. The most significant study on the cumulative prevalence of arrest, which exclude minor traffic violations, found the following. By age 23, approximately 49% of Black males have been arrested. By age 23, approximately 38% of white males have been arrested. Specific finding that reaches 60%. A more recent study by Rand Corporation provided a figure that is closer to the 60%. Among men aged 26 to 35 with less than a high school education, nuance, 60% of the men reported having been arrested by age 26. This finding shows that while the overall rate for Black men by age 25 is under 60%, that number is reached for men in that age group who have not completed high school. Does that make sense? So the claim is based on a real but exaggerated disparity. The figure is close enough to be emotionally persuasive, which is what she did, but it's important to use the most accurate number. Nearly half, 49% of Black males have been arrested by age 23. And we cannot frame this as if they were doing crimes. We know how the police interacts with Black people, Black men specifically. So don't try to frame it as if Black men are just so crazy and out of control that they just doing all of these crimes. They can be arrested for breathing in the wrong direction in this society. Arrest is not a conviction. An arrest simply means being taken into police custody. It's not the same as a conviction or being a criminal. Using the word criminal is a gross generalization that ignores that many arrests are dropped, dismissed, or result in no charges. The majority are still law-abiding. So my point in bringing this up is that she had no reason at all to bring that stat up. There was no reason at all to bring it up. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. There was no reason to bring, especially in the Black community, up when we were keeping the shit very general overall. Then when you throw numbers out there like that, and then you look at the reasoning behind it, it still had nothing to do with the conversation. There was no reason to bring up Black people at all. That's how she race baited, because now the entire conversation is going to be about demonizing Black men, criminalizing Black men. She did exactly what she came there to do. Was I baited? Was I? Or was everybody else? Because y'all know the type of shit she be on. Y'all know the type of time she be on. And y'all let her in the space to do exactly what she did. What did y'all think that she was coming there to have an honest conversation about relationships? Why did she feel that she needed to make it about race when nobody was talking about it? That's what I want to know. That's all I want to know. How do you justify that? So what's the issue? Courtney? What's the issue? She was inaccurate. Nobody is calling her out about any of that, though. I wasn't able to in the moment because Fatty and Ali decided that they wanted to take over. And I'll prove it. No, we did not get. Where are you seeing the trigger? I was trying to stay on topic. I didn't even want to walk down the whole statistical thing because we were trying to stay on topic of the conversation. She made it about Blackness because that's all she has in her bag.
One second, hey, friend. One second. I got you.
He's calling me off, Ali.
I got you, Jess. You don't have to ask. I got you. You all right?
Crashing
Bro,
out.
just,
My bad.
just make some notes for her. Let her finish.
My
And
bad.
go ahead, man.
That's my fault.
It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead, Jess. Uninterrupted.
It's just weird that you would even have to bring up a race of people to even have the conversation. What lets me know that you don't really have information on the conversation. You're just spewing points to try to get a rise out of people because that's all you know. As it pertains to why women choose the women they want or the kind of men that they date, there are so many different reasons for that. You can't equate a person that has a felony to them being a violent criminal. That's not always.
And you also threw jabs with tyranny. So what? So she threw all these jabs at Black men, at Black women, constantly over and over again. Before I even said anything about race, she made it about it. After that, it's up and stuck. Why do y'all like to tiptoe around these fucking races? Why can't a racist come in here and get everybody all riled up and we just gotta say, just let her do it. Just let her do it. Just let her do it.
The case, because I agree there are some people that marry men and women that have felonies in their background. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are violent. And then to say that Black women are the most prone to violent criminals within our community, you don't know shit about our community, Pearl. And if we're going to talk about what's happening, if we're going to make it about a race thing, let's figure out what's going on in these white communities, in these white homes, when you all are raising all the mass shooters, y'all raising kids that are taking guns to shoot at other kids, y'all going into public spaces. And I'm sure you're going to talk about Black on Black crime or whatever, but we can debunk all of that because that's through proximity. The point is that you didn't have to make it about Black or white. Keep it general, because it's very disrespectful for you to try to pigeonhole Black women when you don't know any of us at all, to make that assumption that that's what we are prone to. None of these women on this stage, myself, Tyranny, or...
And yeah, I was talking a lot right here. And you guys are asking me, well, why didn't you challenge her on on the stat that she said? There was a point, if you go back, I said that's not an accurate stat. And then the conversation stopped. Ali and Fatty spoke, and then I spoke again. And I'm trying to move the conversation along to say, if you're going to be here to have the conversation, keep it on the conversation. There's no reason to bring up a stat that isn't accurate about Black people to prove your point. Why is that acceptable?
Or even Athena are dating any man that is of a criminal or that are violent. So watch what you say up here. You got a really smart mouth. And if you're going to have the conversation, try to be respectful. And all this trying to get me to hurry up, I'm going to take my motherfucking time.
Oh my God. Can we just...
Yeah, you goddamn right. Because look at her. She's so excited. And here's the thing, guys. I admit in the caption, I took the bait. I was very much so baited. Because who the fuck does she think she is to say these things, these egregious things about our people, when we're not even talking about our people?
Hey, there was rules. She has the hey, friends. We don't need it. When she lands, Pearl will have all the chance to reply. Everybody going to be quiet. Go ahead. You done, Jess?
Yeah, I'm done. I don't understand why that was accepted. Like that was
wait. 1 second.
Okay.
We shouldn't accept what she said.
To say that you should know as a Black woman because you all date criminals when
So Jess, 1 second. So this is my opinion, Jess, and correct me if I'm wrong. She punched you in the face. You have the right to punch her back. Right? Is that fair? If you feel...
And then also, ladies and gentlemen, she did not, the stat about Black women having a she didn't state a stat. She did not state a stat. She just said, especially in the Black community, Black women tend to date criminals. She didn't say such and such amount of Black women date criminals, such and such. No, she didn't say that. So there was no stat to debunk at that point. I was particularly saying, because she made it about race, why? She didn't say 60-80% of Black women date that. If she would have said that, I would have said back it up. Back up the claim. But she didn't. She just threw out a racist stereotype. When it came to the stat about 60% of Black men being arrested, they took over out that. They took over that part.
That she punched you in the face. I have an opinion about this that I'm going to say later, right? But we are letting you defend yourself. We're not. You're going to have 2 chances to land your plane, and Pearl is going to have the chance to actually rebuttal what you said. Do you think that's fair? What do you want to do? Can we go on? I would want to make sure so everybody knows where we at.
We can move on. I think she
okay. Go ahead, Pearl, and then we go back to the panel.
Okay, so you can tone police the simps and women that respond to shame, but you're not going to tone police me. So anyways, going back to the stats, the reason that I said that was 2 reasons. The first is that I interviewed 1,000 people. A good chunk of them were Black women. And I just...
Where? Can y'all send me a video? Because I definitely tried to look. Where are these interviews with all these Black women? Where? Because the only thing that I can find where she's interacting with Black women is on those Fresh and Fit podcasts, dealing with very young, very immature, very much so salacious type of women who are in the streets and are dating men in the streets. So what kind of women are you interviewing? And why are you interviewing Black women? For what? Why are you so obsessed? I don't like someone sent me a video of her having a actual interview with quality women and women who do not engage in lowbrow behavior, and then talk to me about who they're dating. Because right now she's saying I interviewed all of these women and a majority of these women dated criminals. What kind of women were you talking to? What kind of who are these women? I don't see any videos outside of y'all being amongst women who you don't even respect anyway and asking them about their personal lives. And they're so immature that they're just like, yeah, I want a man in the streets. I love a scammer. Those are the only interviews I've seen you have, Pearl. You are not having any type of like there's no interview that I've seen that you had yet that actually was of substance when it came to Black women. So where is it?
Noticed that they had a propensity more likely than other races to date criminals. It's not really an insult, as I could go into details.
It is an insult because it's a generalization that's inaccurate. It's inaccurate.
About the types of men white women tend to date that are irresponsible. I've just noticed different trends in different communities, and it's kind of backed up by data because 60% of Black men have been arrested by the age of 25.
Once again, let's just keep going.
So, it's not to be rude, but I think it's more common in that community than it is.
How can you sit here and say that it's more common in the Black community for Black women to date criminals when your entire culture is based in crime? You and your ancestors, you could never interact with any other type of people without harming them, without doing egregious crimes against humanity. But Black women in our community, we tend to date criminals a lot more. You all date men who, first of all, are racist. Secondly, are child molesters. Third of all, will abuse and beat the fuck out of you. People who are constantly on drugs, sex trafficking kids, doing all of the most egregious things that society has ever seen. And you want to sit here and say that we are the ones that date criminals the most. Look at who's having all the babies. Y'all keep talking about, oh my God. Do y'all only know baby mamas? Y'all don't know any upstanding women without kids, or do you only know degenerate people? Because there's degeneracy in baby mama culture in every culture. We're not exceeding in that. Are we? Let me know.
It's other communities. In terms of
birth rate is down right now.
Of mass shooters, I think you said white people are the majority of mass shooters. I would say that's true. And I wouldn't crash out on you for saying that. So again, if you want to get offended, that is a choice and that is your choice and you have the right to do that. So
I want to touch on this and then I want CJ
and I was offended because it was unnecessary. It was uncalled for and it was unnecessary. No, y'all saying in this chat like we are leading in the single mama thing. So then what's going on with our men? Why do we have so many people in a subset of our culture that are constantly having unprotected sex, knowing that they don't want to have kids, but they're doing it anyway and then leaving them? That's a problem. If we are leading in that, then how are men helping stop it with other men? Are you all advocating for men to be more responsible? Are you advocating for more Black men to be more responsible with their seed, or are you just telling women to close their legs?
Rick the Ruler to pull up, and the rest of the panel. Okay, Tyranny, I see you too. So, coming from a world citizen, right? Because I live in Portugal right now. It's 2 a.m. And Pearl was in the UK for a while too. This is not a black woman thing. If you go to Japan, all those women love the Yakuza until they get old.
And I'm glad Fatty started to say this. He said that. He said that. This is not a black woman thing. And that's my point. And that's what I was trying to get across at the very beginning when I was challenging her thought process of we like murderers. We were having a general conversation about relationships. And somehow, because she, I guess, has a hard time having conversations with black people, she had to throw out a random stereotype. How is it that I am wrong for calling her out about randomly throwing a negative stereotype in a conversation that didn't require it? How is she right for doing that? How are y'all taking that as her contributing to the conversation?
If you go to Brazil, all those women love the kid from the favela before they get older. If you come to Europe, all these women love the guys that ride on most the L Angels. Like women like danger. They are emotional junkies, right? And I believe that Jess actually pinpoints what it is when you put together people that are emotional junkies, which is most young women, and you put
I'm not missing the point. I get what you're saying. I had opportunity to challenge her on what she was saying. And I'm telling you the reason why I did it the way I did. Y'all can't get mad at me because I chose to respond the way that I did. I checked her on her racist stereotype. She didn't throw a stat at first. I get the point. I understand what you're saying. So I went on a monologue about why it was unnecessary for her to use that because that was the topic. Then she started to discuss other stats. So, miss me with that. She had no business entering this space and putting that out there. It was unnecessary, uncalled for, and it was rude, and it was disrespectful to Fatty, and to Ali, and to CJ Goofy Ass, and to Rick.
poverty together, you are going to get massive results. And in my opinion, this is why the black community in the United States is hyper exposed to these situations, is because you are mixing two components that are very dangerous. Is the level of poverty. People live on a lower socioeconomic level, and they are addicted to bad boys because that's what women do. You can go to any white college.
Oh my God, that was perfect. You can go to any white college. Think about what y'all are saying. Y'all are saying that's what women do. Or is that what an immature woman, a young woman, a woman that hasn't had any life experience? You can't paint that picture and say, well, even as adult women, even as mature women, we're still choosing that type of man. We're not. That's why he had to make it. You could go to a college campus and see that behavior. But can you go into any other environment where there are grown, mature women with careers behaving like that? No. Women love dangerous men. Who told y'all that? No. What? Who said that? If a woman is out here telling y'all she likes a dangerous man, that girl is dangerous herself. Danger? No one likes that. I don't want to be in danger when I'm with a man. If a woman is doing that, she lacks maturity. She doesn't have a good grasp on what's a healthy relationship. And my issue is that y'all are conflating that over every woman. Y'all are constantly talking about the same type of woman, the whore, the baby mama, the girl that's choosing the bad guy. Have y'all grown up yet? Because the girls in our 30, the girls past 30, are not doing that. So why do we constantly have to talk about the type of women that we're not even respecting or in proximity to? Macaroni, listen, of course she's used to that. That's her culture. That's why she brought up Ted Bundy. Because she know how people get down. They think crime and evil and crimes against humanity and violence to other people is normal. She's like, I wouldn't say anything. Well, the thing is, we didn't have to bring none of this up. Just because she agreed with me doesn't mean that it takes away from the egregious comment that she made that was inaccurate about Black women. Period. Inaccurate about Black men. Crazy.
And see exactly the same type of behavior. The Chads are getting all the women. There's the reality. The bad boy, the football star. Like,
okay, I gotta pause it because y'all. This is why I didn't want to read the comments because y'all keep fucking distracting me. Right? It's. We were not talking about the Black community, Courtney. We were not talking about us. She made it, this white bitch came in here and made it about us to try to criminalize us. This was not a conversation about the issues in the Black community. This was not a conversation about the disparities and who Black women are dating and the type of men that Black women are dating and the crimes that Black men. It was not that conversation. This is what y'all not understanding. She was flat out wrong for coming in and derailing the conversation the way that she did. I don't give a fuck what she's saying about what she said. I mean, we do see that in our community. Do you? Are you only around degeneracy? Because I see Black excellence when I'm around. I'm in proximity to Black people that are on their purpose and on their mission. Are y'all constantly in the hood or walking through the hood and judging everybody that's in the hood and offering no solutions to help them? And then want to align with a racist and say, well, yeah, she's right. No, she's not fucking right. Because there's degeneracy in every community, but she didn't point out the Asians. She didn't point out all the criminals in her community, did she? So it doesn't matter. She race baited the conversation, and now we can't even get back to the relationship conversation. We can't even get back to it. Because now we're trying to talk about, well, yeah, Black men are bad. Black men are criminals. That was uncalled for. I don't see a bunch of degeneracy in my community. I don't. No, she didn't. No, she did not, Courtney. How do I oh, that's how you do it. I didn't know. So Courtney says, no, you were being disingenuous by not understanding what she was saying before she brought that up. So she then said that to make you understand. What? I was not being disingenuous at all. I was trying to understand why she was bringing up Ted Bundy to try to validate her reasoning to women being attracted to murderous men like Ted Bundy. That's not being disingenuous. That's me being literally genuinely confused because, bitch, what are you talking about? Just say certain women find that type of shit attractive. And we could have kept it there. That's what I was trying to walk down. Don't put that on all women. That's just a weird thing some women did and do. But because I asked her, like, oh, so do you like criminals? And I feel that's a fair question because she said that's what women do. She brought up the Black community because she knew that her argument was going to fall through because it's not true. Women do not have a propensity or a natural biological feeling for criminal men. If you want to say dominant men, then say that. If you want to say, aggressive men, then say that. But she conflated all that to murderous criminals and then doubled down and said, especially Black women like criminals. And that's how we got here. Because what the fuck are you talking about? So don't say that I don't understand. You don't understand that she came in there deliberately to do some bullshit like that. There was no point. That was such a stupid point. How did that illustrate a point that a few weird ass women decided to write Ted Bundy in jail? So that means all women like men like Ted Bundy. That wasn't a good point. That's why I was confused. Y'all really like this girl. Y'all really? That's crazy to me. She don't like y'all like that. She don't like y'all like that. For y'all to be defending her like this. And here's the thing. I'm not asking y'all to agree with everything that I'm saying. I'm passionate about Black people, and I'm going to always defend Black people. I'm not about to argue with this girl knowing damn well she's knowing what she's doing. Maybe I could have sounded off all these things like y'all said I should have said, oh, well, debunk this and debunk that. When she was asked, is that true? She asked us to Google it. Betty asked her, like, is that true? She said, it's a quick Google search. And had everybody else doing it. Just like a white motherfucker do. Get the niggas to do the work for you. So she ain't got to be the one doing the work. So she don't have to be the one looking stupid. She's just throwing bombs and y'all catching them and trying to cradle them just because. Man, I want better for you.
We know this is something that is a woman thing. It's just more exacerbated depending on the communities, the culture and all that. So I actually believe that both of y'all are.
And here we go with this shit. You have to hold Black people accountable. I'm getting a phone call. You have to hold Black people accountable when the need arrives. Where was the need to hold Black people accountable in this conversation about relationships? Dusty? Who is she, the one to come out in a Black space and start holding Black people accountable? There was no need. You have to. She didn't have to do shit. That's not her place. That's so stupid. This wasn't a whole Black people accountable conversation, Dustball. That's what you're not understanding. But she turned it into that. She turned it into that purposefully. That doesn't make sense. Y'all are trying to excuse her for derailing a conversation about relationships. She did not stick to the motherfucking topic at all. God damn.
Right on their own way. We can't, unfortunately, just be against something because it triggers our feelings. Okay, friends.
Oh my God.
No,
One
second, please. I didn't finish. One second, I didn't finish. You know what's funny, Tyranny? You did exactly. Tyranny. Hey, Tyranny. I have a Black Panther in my arm.
But you're not representing her.
Respect me. One second, please. The pro-Black shit is not going to work against me.
Facts, Fatty.
Right? The pro-Black shit doesn't, because nobody.
Unfortunately.
Tyranny. Stop. Like Tyranny. You can't tell me myself that I depict Black woman in any kind of way that is negative because I avoid it. But what we have to do is be fair. If she was talking about Black men, I don't think y'all will have the same type of smoke.
She was talking about Black men. She said most of y'all are in jail.
No.
And none of y'all heard that.
No, no, no.
We
Tyranny.
did.
came up with
We
it.
just did
There
rebuttal
was not.
because
There
of
was
the
not.
fact.
Hey, Pearl, did you say most black?
No, Tyranny is right. She's right. Think about it. If she's saying, and I think I said this earlier, if she's saying that the majority of black women date criminals, she is calling y'all criminals. She's speaking about the majority of black men. Tyranny is right. She called women incapable, black women incapable of making good decisions when it comes to relationships because we majority choose criminals. And then in turn, implying that, yeah, because you choose that because the majority of black men are criminals. And we know that is not true. The fact of the matter is, bitch, why are you talking about black people? Why? Now you got us at odds with each other. Y'all don't even see the trick of the fucking devil that she played.
Men go to jail.
She said
I said a
25%.
stat. I said a stat that 60% of black men have been arrested by the age of 25.
Is that the correct set?
Who the fuck is
One
arrested?
second. Just 1 second.
And we just broke that down. It's by the time that they are 23, doesn't necessarily mean convictions. And we all also know why it seems higher for black people. The fact that she'll throw out something like that and won't walk down the nuance to why that is clearly race baiting. Cause now y'all got she got y'all looking inward like, is that real? For real? Master said this about us. It must be true. And I gotta find the stat. I'm gonna get better at pulling this shit up quickly for y'all, but whatever. There was research that showed exactly, Janae. Hey, Janae, beautiful. Exactly. Let's highlight that. Weaponizing statistics and people eat it up every time. Who really took the bait? Who really took the bait on this show? Because she had a bunch of bait and it wasn't for me. I may have bit first, but the fact that she even got on this show, the fact that she even was able to get in this space lets me know I wasn't alone in taking the bait. Because she did what she came to do. We couldn't even continue our conversation though. But okay. What's up, Black? Thank you so much. Oh my God, y'all. What the heck?
Is this that correct?
You can Google it.
I know.
Look at her. You can Google it. You Google it. You said it. And we just walked it back.
I know that 12%. I know 12%
We
have been
already know that
incarcerated.
there's a.
But she never said.
And right there is when I was trying to go ahead and combat those stats. I talked about the convictions. I talk about the exonerations. I tried to bring that up, but there's so much going on here. And I'm learning to fall the fuck back. It's so crazy how I'm being highlighted in all these recap videos. And I didn't even crash out like that. I just told the bitch to stay on topic. Because why are you bringing up shit that has nothing to do with what the fuck we're talking about? I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over and over again because y'all are making it seem like she had every right to do what she did when she didn't. She did it purposefully to piss people off. And y'all not pissed off enough when it comes to racists for me. Y'all let this bitch slide way too many times and she's using y'all. She's an energy vampire. She doesn't like y'all, does not respect y'all. And the fucked up thing about it is that she knows it. She needs y'all more than we need her. And we'll get to that because I don't like that. I don't get that. I don't like that. I don't like that whole Fatty lost the bag because they got into it at the end or whatever the case may be. Fatty don't need this bitch. Fatty don't need this girl to do nothing. She needs him. Don't ever disrespect Fatty like that. Fatty ain't perfect, but he don't need this bitch to thrive. Why do you niggas think that you need to be in proximity to a racist white person for you to check a bag anywhere? That is a plantation ass mentality. Don't piss off Massa, we gonna lose. No, fuck her. Fuck her. She's already lost. I don't recall Ali or Fatty being demonetized yet. I don't know. I really don't know, but I don't recall that. Has that happened? But that bitch did. She got demonetized, thrown off of the fucking internet for being ridiculous and racist. And now y'all want to tiptoe around this bitch because you think it's going to give you a bag. No, she's just going to bring down your brand. She's going to bring you down the closer you are in proximity to her. You don't need this bitch, Fatty. In fact, you're going to thrive even harder after this. Fuck her.
At that.
I will say these, right? 1 second, please, friends. 1 second. I will say these. 1 second, please. 1 second. 1 second.
It's weird.
I will say these. Hey, please, friends.
We're not even
too excited.
Goodness.
Arrests are not convictions. I want to see the number of convictions, because arrests are not
Just lean into
convictions.
your-
Just because somebody
Don't piss
gets
me
a stop and frisk, and they have like arrests are not convictions. I want to know the number of convictions so I can actually understand if these women are.
Janae says she literally is odd. Just because she says true things, it doesn't mean she's right in saying it. It's very odd that she's built her platform being this way. And the thing is, Janae, she's not saying true things. She's just saying racist shit. All of her ideology, she's, like you said, exploiting statistics to align with racist ideology and then spewing them as facts. Just lean into your visibility, yo. Stop worrying about race shit. Me stop worrying about race shit when this bitch is the one that brought up race. Make that make fucking sense. She brought up race, and you're telling me not to worry about it. She brought up disrespectful, racist ass narratives into a black space, and y'all mad at me because I'm like, bitch, shut up. Stay on topic. And now you want to gaslight me and make it seem like I'm the one worried about race. She can't do anything without worrying about race. She got to put black people in a thumbnail to get some traction. She got to have black people in her spaces, be connected to black. She's obsessed with race. That's why she be coming over here. So miss me with that, Courtney. Go over to Pearl House and tell that bitch to not worry about race. I bet you won't. Excuse me. I bet you won't. I bet you won't.
The exoneration data as well.
And I speak.
Because we
Hey,
lead.
CJ, relax. DJ, relax. I see you, brother.
We actually lead as black people. First of all, we already know why that stat could be high.
60% is pretty
is
bad,
true.
though.
It's
There's
50%.
always
I just looked up the stat you asked for some facts.
But 100% of y'all fuck your dogs. What the fuck we
Hey,
talking about?
hey, 1 second, please.
What is
Hey,
the
1 second, please. Hey, 1 second, 1 second.
Now, this is when it got crazy. Once it's up, it's stuck.
Second.
And
Hey,
their cousin.
please, respectfully,
That's
we
crazy.
literally are going to stop the show and close it out. If y'all like, the conversation became racial, it was Pearl that actually did it. Okay.
No reason.
And we are trying to figure out, 1 second, we are trying to figure out if this is based on stats or not. The fucking cousins and fucking dogs, you can statistically prove
Childish.
that shit. Okay?
All right,
So
so
what we're going to do is, CJ, what is the percentage of black men that are convicted of a
I
crime?
didn't
Not
look up
arrested,
the convicted.
convicted of a crime before.
Did we go over that set, y'all? We did. It's not 60%. It's 49% that are arrested by the age of 23. right? And when it comes to the convictions by the age of 23, that stat drops.
At 18.
I didn't look up the convicted stat. I
just looked
most
it up.
black men are arrested by age 25. Not most, but 49% of them are. So
Okay,
age
so
60
but that's irrelevant because arrest
Yeah.
arrest records, like we need the convictions because you're not become a criminal because you were arrested. You become a criminal when you get
33%
convicted.
of black people have felonies.
So we did go over that. 33% of black people have felonies. 33% of black men have felonies. But that means there's more than 2/3 of black men that don't. And since we're bringing up motherfucking felonies, you know what? You're right, Lucky. Let's pull up some white motherfucking stats, shall we? And do we know why that is, chat? Do you know why, Dusty Ball? Why is that? Why is that? Do you ever even consider the why? Let me see. I'm bringing up something. Why am I struggling when I got my glasses? All right, so let's just walk it down real quick. Since we're here, let's have the fucking conversation, y'all. I'm gonna share this screen. Let me remove this and bring this up. Because I'm tired. So firstly, let's walk it down with, okay. What are the criminal stats on black? Hold on, y'all. Let me pull it up. Okay. So what are the criminal stats on black people, arrest, convictions, and exonerations, right? That's what I asked the chat. Key criminal justice statistics on black people, arrest, incarceration. According to the Prison Policy Initiative, black Americans have a very high arrest rate, 4,223 per 100,000 in 2020 compared to 2,092 per 100,000 for white Americans. We all know why that is. We all know why that is. We all know why black people are criminalized and put into prison or arrested at a far higher rate than everybody else. We ain't fucking slow. On incarceration, black people make up a disproportionately large share of prison population. The same report shows that while black Americans are about 13% of the population, they constitute 37% of people in prison or jail. Imprisonment rate has declined somewhat. For example, the imprisonment rate for black adults fell about 34% from 2006 to 2018. Okay, convictions, case processing. In a report on felony case processing, black individuals had a much higher felony arrest rate than white individuals in some jurisdictions. But interestingly, once arrested, the same report found minimum differences by race in conviction rates for some dispositions. For instance, in some felony arrests without prior convictions, favorable outcomes, dismissals, acquittals were actually slightly higher for individuals than white individuals. Racism, systemic racism, wrongful convictions and exonerations. Using the data, black people are disproportionately represented among exonerees. So while this girl is coming into our spaces, throwing out these damn numbers, trying to criminalize, she's not trying to have a conversation because she's so concerned about the black community and why we're in jail or whatever the case. She's being racist and doesn't understand the nuance. And doesn't understand that while we are at a higher arrest rate, we are the highest in wrongful convictions and exonerations. Right? According to a 2022 report, innocent black Americans are 7 times more likely than innocent white Americans to be wrongly convicted of serious crimes. For certain crimes, the disparity is even greater. In drug crimes, the report found Black people are 19 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted than whites. Right? Systemic disparities at the end of the day is what it is. Right? And I want to show y'all something else. I want to show y'all something else. I want to show y'all something else because the thing is, she's doing this. Y'all know why she's doing this shit. I don't have to keep saying it. But let's talk about. All right, let's talk about what the white folks and the white men get convicted about. Since we're making it about race now, right? Throw up your stats. You white. Athena is white, right? Oh wait, I put the wrong one. Hold on. Why you only want to come around us and talk about what we got going on as a white as a white person? What the fuck do you care? She don't. All right, so this says white male arrest and conviction statistics, cumulative arrest rates by age 23. The cumulative prevalence of arrest in the percentage of demographic group who have been arrested at least once for a non-traffic offense by a certain age. By age 23, 38% of white males. In comparison, approximately 49% of Black males have been arrested by age 23. We went through that. Federal sentencing differences, all of these racial disparities are prevalent across the justice system. It's worth noting the data on the sentencing. Crimes where white men are the majority of arrestees and offenders. All arrests, total volume, highest absolute number. And it's because they are the majority of the largest number of arrests due to their percentage in the overall population. But that doesn't mean they have to be the ones doing the most of the crimes, does it? They make up all of the most of the population and are committing most of the crimes. Drug abuse violations, highest absolute number, approximately 72% in 2020. While drug rates are similar across races, white individuals constitute the largest number of arrests of drug violations. However, Black individuals are in prison for drug charges at significantly higher rates. Driving under the influence, highest absolute number. White males have the highest absolute number of arrests in DUI. Production of child pornography. Pearl, girl, what y'all doing over there in your neighborhoods? What's going on? You're the highest in crime, the highest in child pornography. Why you don't ever talk about that on your page? That's way more concerning than what the fuck a subset of Black folks is doing over here. Why are you so concerned with this? We gonna be all right. But what's up with you white folks? What's y'all weird obsession with kids? And then you want to say, oh, Black women love criminals. It was the white women that voted a criminal in office, baby. So I'm doing this right now because she frames things as if we're the problem. As if y'all are the ones doing all the shit, not according to the motherfucking data. Talk about this. Why aren't y'all calling this shit out? Dusty in the comments, Courtney in the comments. Is it okay for us to hold them accountable? Would I have been right to have started the conversation and said, especially white women, y'all love marrying men who are obsessed with child pornography. Y'all love marrying criminals. Would I have been okay in the same conversation if it were flipped? If it was flipped around, would y'all give me that same motherfucking grace? If I just brought up race out of nowhere, since we're speaking in general, and she's white, Athena's white, this was a mixed bag panel. This wasn't a Black conversation. And Fatty said it over and over again. This wasn't we were having a conversation about relationships. But she's like, well, I'm saying it because you're Black. And y'all are like, that's okay because you're Black. But if I had done something like that and showed up all of these stats and ran them down out of nowhere, what the fuck would y'all say? You would clip that up and say, see, Jasmine made it about race. She's triggered. Get the fuck out of here. Just say you don't like me. I get it. Just say you have an idea about me, so you're choosing to continue to misunderstand me. This ain't emotion. This is passion. I'm bringing you the motherfucking facts. And the fact of the matter is that bitch came over here to cause chaos and further divide Black people. And we all took the motherfucking bait. Had I did exactly what she did in the same manner, y'all already dragging me. Y'all gonna drag me regardless. But it would have been even worse. Because then it would have been like, you don't know how to talk to me. You don't know how to be around white people without da-da-da-da. No, she doesn't know how to be around Black people without bringing up racist ass statistics. Okay? So like chat confirms with me, my initial point stands. The claim that most Black women date criminals is baseless. It ignores the vast majority of Black men are not criminals, and it unfairly singles out the Black community while crime and interaction with the justice system is a prevalent issue across all racial groups. So enough is enough. There was no reason for her to even bring that shit up, period. I don't care what the fuck y'all say. There was no reason. This wasn't come hold Black people accountable hour. We was talking about relationships. We was talking about women and what they may be attracted to. So that's just that on that. But let's go. Let's get back into it.
What's the percentage?
33%.
Approximately 33% of African American adult males have a felony record, which includes those who have been convicted of crimes. I'd have to dive in deeper to find like what age group, but her stats were correct about arrest. And that might be something that people use, like, again, inflammatory statements, obviously, for content purposes. But yeah, it is 33% of adult males. So
That's not really what I want to address, right? I really want to say something else. So women want to control the uncontrollable, but they're going to shit test you to see, are you really uncontrollable? So if they get that control over you, they'll say, this ain't the nigga I thought he was. He is controllable, right? So that's kind of why they like chaos. So once they get there, they're kind of miserable in the fact that they like the uncontrollable. So they don't like being on either side of the fence. They don't like the fact that they like the uncontrollable, but then they try to wrestle the controller from you to see if you're uncontrollable. It's a weird dynamic.
What did you even say? What did you even say? The controllables, the uncontrollable. I don't know.
And Pearl is
I'm gonna wrap this shit up in a little bit. We may have to do a part 2. I don't know, but I hope y'all understood where I was coming from. At the end of the day, this wasn't meant to be about race at all. And no one should be accepting race baiters to enter our spaces and throw out negative stereotypes about us for no reason and not have the conversation at hand. It's unfair and unnecessary.
It's not wrong. Most Black women are more attracted to. They have a higher propensity to be attracted to those men. I don't know why y'all got offended and expect Black power. That's where this racist shit come from. Like I told y'all before, it's the Black women that want us to get us into this racist shit. Can I finish?
Can you coon later?
It's the Black women that want to get us into this race shit.
Just let them land.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We control 8 minutes. Don't mute yourself if I mute you. Go ahead, CJ.
So yeah, I think they want to get us into a war that we can't win, so they can go and be with the white man, and that's a different topic. But sorry.
What? Just saying anything for men's validation and Pearl's validation. It is so weird.
Right.
Tyranny, you have the chance to reply, and then I'll get the best of the people that haven't talked, especially Big Rick, right? What did CJ said that was wrong? It's a battle of ideas. 1 second, Tyranny. Remember, this is the battle of ideas. You have uninterrupted time to prove CJ that what he said is wrong. No name calling for now. Later we can do it. Let's prove CJ wrong. Why?
We're going to get to the last part of this. Another random ass, goofy ass, inaccurate stat that this little pasty white whore. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't appreciate. I don't like her. And I got a smart ass mouth. I don't care. See, yep. This is my channel. I can say what the fuck I want. She is nasty. She doesn't mean anyone well. She is rejected by her own community. The girls or the guys, they don't fuck with her. But you niggas, though. She's right. This is why the black community will always be down. Because we don't want to listen to the white racists who know more than us. Shut up.
Is it wrong that most black women are attracted to this type of man?
Pearl, no, we're not attracted to them. Their men want us. That's why they really hate us. Because they can't.
There was not the question.
That's it.
There was
But
not
I'm
the
proving
question.
him wrong.
There was not the question. No,
Caucasian men
Tyranny, you have
love
to be.
black
1
women.
second. I talk again. Tyranny,
Yeah,
1
she
second.
making my
Tyranny,
point
1
back.
second, Tyranny.
Half of black women have herpes. Like,
Hey, 1 second.
Y'all heard that? Half of black women have herpes. We're not even talking about STDs or who has them. Why was that comment necessary? Riddle me that shit. Half of black women have STDs. I'm sorry, have herpes. You know what, Dustball? I'm about sick of your bitch ass. You can get the fuck on, bitch. Time out. Put your whole ass in time out. Now I don't even know what I just did. I thought I just timed him out, and I don't know what I did. I done lost the chat. Hopefully y'all can still see the chat. Because I can't see him anymore. I don't know what I did. I tried to mute one person, but I don't know. I think I did it wrong. Whatever. So yeah, she just threw that out of nowhere. She just threw that out of nowhere and basically made an accusation that said that we are all, half of us have herpes. Why was that comment necessary? Please riddle me that. But hold on one more time, y'all, because I don't know what I did with the comment. I tried to time one person out and it is just all left. Hold on 1 second. Man, I don't know what happened, y'all. If y'all, I can see the chat on my screen. So as long as y'all still have access on YouTube, then it's fine. But I tweaked on my end. Sorry about that. But again, if I'm reading correctly, exactly, Janae, what was the purpose of that? What was the purpose of that? Do y'all not see how consistent she is as saying disparaging things about Black people? How is this helping Black people, by the way? Because y'all like, we got to talk about it. Why is she the one to talk about this shit? Why is she the one that can come into our spaces and spew all this hate and inaccurate things about our community, and we just have to deal with it? And I get what y'all saying. Well, when she did that, y'all should have made her own it. Well, it didn't go down like that. It didn't go down like that the way that we could. And we tried, but she had us doing the work for her, looking up the stats on our end. And I just shut the fuck up. And the only reason I'm doing this reaction thing is because the bitch can't stop talking about me. She done made 3 videos about me, got me all up in her thumbnail. And also, we'll play that. We'll play that later.
One second. No, one second. Pearl.
Hey, for real.
No. Hey, everybody. One second.
I'm out because she's here.
Now, 1 second. Stop talking.
Now I'm getting yelled at. It's like, I fuck with you, Fatty, but the way you, okay, bro, all right. And then I'm like, yo, stop talking. Damn. What you being mean to me for? I'm not trying to challenge your authority or trying to challenge your way of handling the situation, but why she just get a little chickle and a sly, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? And it's stop talking. Why she couldn't get to stop talking? Why couldn't it be, hey, Pearl, you fucking up. You saying shit for no reason. You need to stop talking. Why is that? I get it, though. I get it. It's cool. I understand.
Stop talking. Pearl, let me ask you something, Pearl. Are you trying to get a reaction of us?
No,
One second, Pearl. I'm asking you a serious question, right? Because we had you on the panel once, and Andrew Wilson was with us, right? And Andrew Wilson all of a sudden starting to do full remarks and talking about black brands and all that. And I asked him, hey, brother, I see your content all the time. You usually don't talk like this. So my question is, and be honest about it, is there any other statements you're doing today, statements that are made to trigger the crowd that you have right now?
I actually came here prepared because I thought the topic was black fatigue. So I came prepared with stats, facts, data, and statistics.
First of all, bitch, you didn't come with stats, facts, and data. Number one, you didn't do that. But I am curious, though, because what I do know is that there were certain other people told not to make things about race before they joined the panel. I'm wondering, was Pearl also given that remark? Did she also say? Because if she did and came up and did the complete opposite, oh no. If y'all told her, hey, Pearl, keep it general, don't bring up race, and she didn't, and she did what she did here, that's fucked up. But she said she thought this conversation was about black fatigue. Who told her that? Who told her that? Because now it's smelling like a setup. If that's true, it's smelling like a setup. Let's invite the super anti-racist girl on the panel. Tell the most racist girl on YouTube that we're going to talk to black people about black fatigue. Have her on and start, because then it'll kind of make sense why she was doing that. Now it'll make sense. If this is what she's saying is true, that she was told that this panel that she joined was about black fatigue, it would make sense why she just starts saying wild ass shit, because she's stirring the pot up. So I would really like to know. I would like to confirm that. I would like to confirm that. Who told her that we was talking about black fatigue? Fatty, Ali? Because I know you told Tyranny, don't make it about race. So why would she say that? Is she lying on y'all? Y'all better eat this bitch alive if she is.
Statistics.
I can't. But the topic is not black fatigue.
And you didn't come with statistics, ho. And since we're here, fuck it, we had 4 hours. I don't know. I had time today. Shit. I had time today. You want to talk about herpes, you nasty ass bitch? Because you probably got it. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, ho. Let's discuss. So her what you call it was, oh, there's the chat. Ew. Ew. Why are you back, Dustball? See, I gotta get better at this because you're supposed to be gone. You're supposed to be out of here. All right, so let's talk about this so-called stats. She said 60%. Oh no, she said half. Matter of fact, let's run it back real quick. You ain't trying to help shit, Dustball. Eat dirt. Eat dirt, Dusty. Y'all gotta understand, I'm silly as hell, okay? And very random. All right. No, you're not. You're not my friend. You're not my friend. Just me.
Right.
Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. So let's run it back to what she said. Oh my God, my nephews are here, y'all. If you hear them, just disregard.
Paired with stats.
Bitch, shut up. You ain't have no fucking ugly hoe. All right, here we go. Let's listen to it one more time.
One second. Pearl.
Is controllable, right?
One second. Let's prove CJ wrong. Why is he wrong that most black women are attracted to this type of man?
Pearl, no, we're not
Run it
attracted
back
to
real
them.
quick.
Their
and
men
then we're
want
gonna talk
us.
about
That's why they really hate us because they can't.
There
keep
was
us
another question.
That's it.
There was
but I'm
another
proving
question.
them wrong.
There was another question. No,
Caucasian men
Tyranny, you have
love
to be
black
one
women.
second.
And to Fatty's point, Tyranny, that wasn't the question. But Tyranny be ready. Tyranny be ready to go. That's my girl. She's like, fuck this bitch. I don't care what she's talking about. I don't care what the question is. I want to go in on her. You gotta love a black woman that stand 10 toes. Damn.
I so again. Tyranny,
That's
one second.
making my
Tyranny,
point,
one
right?
second, Tyranny.
Half of black women have herpes. Like
Black women have herpes. Unnecessary comment, but let's talk about it. Since y'all love a stat and a fact. Y'all love a stat and a fact. God dang it, Doc, God darn it. How do you, okay. I'm saying, yo, what she be on? What she be on? This y'all queen? This y'all queen? She had good intentions and we should listen to her, but she can come out and just spew just hateful shit for no reason. All right, let's talk about it. I asked the chat. Is it true that 60% of black women have herpes? Short answer, no. And I said 60%. That's more than half. Short answer is no. It's not exactly true that 60% of all black women have herpes, but there's a kernel of truth mixed with misunderstanding. Here's a breakdown based on the data that it shows. HSV2 prevalence in black people, according to the CDC survey, the age-adjusted prevalence of HSV2 genital herpes among non-Hispanic black people is about 34.6%. That's much lower than 60%, but it is significantly higher than in some other demographic groups. For example, non-Hispanic whites had 8.1% in the same data. Black women specifically, some sources report that black women have particularly higher rates. One commonly cited is 48% of HSV2 prevalence in black women. There was a past study that in certain age groups, the prevalence went very high. For example, in people aged 60 to 74 years old, a study found 64% of black participants had HSV. That's interesting. That's odd. 67%. The highest rate of HSV2 is in 60. What the hell y'all doing? What the fuck? That said, these are specific subgroups, older age, for example, and do not represent all Black women across all ages. 60% of new infections, misinterpretation, a different but related statistic in 2007, 2008. Nearly 60% of new HSV infections in women in the data set occurred in non-Hispanic Black women. This is not the same as saying 60% of Black women are infected. It's about the distribution of new cases during that time, not a total prevalence. Okay. While herpes is more common among Black Americans compared to some other racial groups, it is not accurate to say that 60% of all Black women have herpes based on the most reliable data. So a more accurate statement, according to the chat, says roughly half of Black women in certain age groups or subpopulations may have HSV, and Black women represent a disproportionate share of new HSV infections. So listen, I'm not saying that everybody is out here having safe sex. Nobody is saying that. But again, the stat she said was wrong. The stat she said was wrong. There are subgroups, certain ages that this is. Now, why that is, I don't know. That's a conversation that we could have. No, she was completely off. But also, again, Dusty, why the fuck did she have to say that right there? Was that a necessary comment? When he asked Tyranny, why do women want a certain thing? And then Tyranny starts saying what she's saying, she dropped half of Black women have herpes. Was that necessary? This is my point. She's not adding to the conversation. She is trying to disparage Black people. That is my entire point of this. I'm not being obtuse to these facts. We got the breakdown here. We got the breakdown. We get it. But there was absolutely no reason for her to say that shit. Is that, I mean, y'all tell me. Drop it in the chat. Dusty, Courtney, was it necessary for her, because she's talking to Black people when we're talking about relationships, was that necessary for her to say, well, Black women, half of Black women have herpes? So, no, it wasn't. And that's my, and that's my point. But y'all are accepting it though. Y'all like, yeah, it wasn't necessary, but whatever, it's true. But whatever, she has a right to say it. It's the truth. Like, come on now, y'all. We have to be able to keep our shit in house and don't allow people like her to come into our spaces to get us to divide amongst one another. There were no factors that led up to her to even say that comment at all. She just doesn't have that many tricks in her bag, and her only tricks that she has is to throw out racist remarks. And y'all keep saying, where in the video did I crash out? I never raised my voice. I never cursed her out. I never called her out her name. I just told her, you got a smart mouth and you should stay on topic and maybe watch what you say up here, because what you're saying isn't even conducive to the conversation. And I chilled. What's a lie, Courtney? What's a lie? What's a lie? What's a lie that I said? Where's the lie? No, nothing led up to the nothing that led up to that. Nothing led up to that. We weren't talking about STDs in the Black community. We were never talking about criminals in the Black community. We were never talking about Black women more times than not date criminals. We were never discussing that. He brought it up every time. Nothing even led up to her even saying the first thing that she said. It just doesn't make sense that y'all don't get that part. Exactly, Ash. And she did, because she's a liar. She's a liar. She's a liar. That's what she does. Clearly. Had y'all looking up the stats, she doesn't even know the stats. She's throwing shit out there and claiming it as truth. Why do y'all believe in her so much? Why do y'all believe in this girl so much? What like, cause she popular? Like, I don't get it. Yeah, Pearl, da 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 da. Bigger question. I like that question, Leslie. Why do we keep falling for the bait? Why do we keep falling for the bait? Hold on, y'all. I gotta kiss my man before he go. So yeah. So I forgot the last thing I was saying, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there was no. Oh, bigger question. Why do we keep falling for the bait? Why do we keep falling for the bait? I don't think we fell for a bait. I think when she made the first claim about especially Black women, we were just like thrown off because we're like, why are you even saying that when we're not talking about that? So we tried to move the conversation along, and it still went back to her then saying, you know, well, 60% of Black men are arrested by the time they're 23, making it specifically about Black people again. Then all the debunking of the stats, then the debunking of all the stats started to happen, right? If I took the bait, okay, so are you guys saying that when a racist comes into a space and is being racist that we shouldn't respond? Because we did challenge her. We did, but it wasn't taken seriously enough because it was all put back on us to find the stats. Everybody on the panel start looking it up. Nobody challenged her enough. I could have used the opportunity to better maybe execute that challenge on the part where I was having that long monologue. But why is she even here to bait? Why does platforms and platforms that are predominantly led by Black people invite race baiters like that? Why is that? I don't see intelligent emotional control over crashing out. I never crashed out. Where y'all getting that from? Where y'all getting that from? I literally said, you don't know anything about the Black community. I made one comment to rebut hers when it comes to what women do and why they're dating. I don't understand why y'all keep saying that. And honestly, if I did get triggered by a racist as a person that loves Black people, I have a right to be. I have a right to be offended. I have a right to be offended by a white woman coming into a space that's led by Black people saying disparaging things about us. I will become quicker in the rebuttals. If that's what y'all, if that's y'all beef with me, you should have been faster on the money. Or I didn't really care to, in the moment, go deep down that rabbit hole. Because for one, she's ignorant. Number two, the fellas were really trying to hold it down and keep it together. And as soon as I cursed and I said, I'm gonna take my motherfucking time, when I was revving my shit up, it was like, shut it down. I don't understand how you can sit here and say that it was okay for her to come in and say what she said, but have a problem with how people responded. Why do we have to hold ourselves to this? Like I get it. You don't want to give too much energy to ignorance. But even when I tried to say there's no data that backs that up, I was being cut off. So I just shut the fuck up and let everybody else speak. And then the conversation became about disparaging Black people. But I just don't get it. Maybe I'm not built for this shit. I don't know. The art of war? Why are we at war with this bitch? Why is she here? Why do I have to be at war with this girl? I hear what you're saying. Like, okay, just be ready. Why is she here? Why is she here and can't have a regular conversation? Why is it on me to bear the responsibility of being the one in a battle that I didn't even know I was about to get in? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. Y'all seem to have all this. I guess anybody that's in these comments would have been able to go out and check her the way y'all think she could have been checked. It's not about Courtney. It's not about oh, Janae, exactly. Perfect question. Never. That's what I said earlier. This is what I said earlier. Where are the clips of her interviewing all of these Black women and half of them all said they did criminal felonies or criminals with felonies? It's always very unintelligent women. I don't understand. You're saying because she can be, they invited her, you have no control who comes to power. You're right. And if she is a rage baiter, and if she is a race baiter, why is she coming over here? Is this what this is what she wanted? She wanted the clips and views. You see, she's trying to attach herself to different entities so she can get her name back up, so people can start fucking with her again. Because remember, you're a reject, Pearl. You're a reject. You need us. You need us. I dare you to go a whole month without talking about Black people, and let's see how interesting you really are. Let's see how many clicks and views you get then when you keep our name and our culture out of your fucking mouth. I want to see how many clicks and support you get when you start highlighting the creeps in your community. But you can't. And you got my homies here thinking they got to attach themselves to you so they could get some money. Fuck that. Fuck that. She makes a lot of topics about not Black people. Really? Which ones get the most views, Courtney? Which ones get the most views? Because she done made 3 videos about this panel since Sunday. You're defending her, sir. You're her biggest fan. You might as well go over there and suck her little dry ass titties. You're her big fan. Because you ain't over here trying to understand where I'm coming from. You over here defending this bitch when she came over to our space and fucked everything up. And then you also are one of those people that try to blame things like you don't like the way he handled that bitch. He handled her the way that he's supposed to. He handled her the way a real nigga supposed to. He does not need her. Fatty is cold at this shit. If not the coldest, with the way he execute and all that, consistent, she needs him. But you over here defending this bitch like she would ever do the same for you. And she's mad at them. She's mad at them because they held it down for the panel. It's crazy. It's crazy. I have a right to be mad. I have a right to be upset. Exactly. QB Rod says, I don't know why people trying to control how you should respond. It's weird. It's a manipulation tactic to put you in check on how to speak. You did fine. Thank you. And I don't even that's how I know I'm a star. Big bag jazz. Yeah, get into it. Because I wasn't even the highlight of that clip. And y'all can't stop talking about me. I wasn't. Tyranny was the one going off and going crazy, as she should. As she should. But y'all constantly trying to tell me, this is not emotion. This is passion. Learn the difference. How is this using? This is stupid. Just because you don't need someone doesn't mean you can't use them to your advantage. There is nothing advantageous about aligning with a racist. You see what happened, right? She couldn't even respect them. She couldn't even respect them on their panel. Left. Crashed out and left. Because they was like, Pearl, you made it about race for no reason. Come on now, have the conversation. She didn't even respect their space. Why do you need to attach yourself with someone of her nature when she's not even there to be an advantage to you? She's there for you to be an advantage for her. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? She's using us niggas. That's why I said we all took the bait. Now, I know that Fatty and them has had the conversation with her before. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess she's been on their panels before. I don't know how those went or not. But it was never there. She was never there to have conducive conversations outside of being anti-woman and being anti-Black when she can. Just because you don't need someone doesn't mean, well, I don't understand. And that's another thing. Y'all play weird games in these YouTube streets. Y'all play weird games and you know you don't like this person. And maybe I've played it too. You know, there's some people that I'll be like, I don't really fuck with this person, but I'll go back and have a conversation every now and again. But somebody as blatant and racist as her to come over and say what she said, because you think you're gonna, I don't know. Did they lose a bunch of, how do they lose money because she don't, you know what I'm saying? Like she doesn't want to fuck with them anymore. or whatever the case may be. I don't know. They're probably makeup. But I stand on what I said. She needs us more than we need her.
Hey, one second. No, one second. Pearl.
Hey, for real.
No, hey, everybody. One second.
I'm out because she's here.
Now, 1 second. Stop talking. Pearl, let me ask you something, Pearl. Are you trying to get the reaction of us?
No,
One second, Pearl. I'm asking you a serious question, right?
Okay.
Because we had you on the panel once, and Andrew Wilson was with us, right? And Andrew Wilson all of a sudden starting to do FUBU remarks and talking about black brands and all that. And I asked him, hey, brother, I see your content all the time. You usually don't talk like this. So my question is, and be honest about it, is there any of your statements you're doing today, statements that are made to trigger the crowd that you have right now?
I actually came here prepared because I thought the topic was black fatigue. So I came prepared with stats, facts, data, and statistics. I came,
but the topic is not black fatigue, right?
That's what we spoke about.
No, but is the topic black fatigue?
Why is she saying that? And you see my face, I'm clocking it. Oh shit. You see my face, I'm clocking it. You thought the show was about black fatigue?
That's what you told me the topic was.
No. I'm asking 1 second, please. Is the topic black fatigue?
I hope this is not true.
No, I invited. Hold on, Pearl. I invited you, right? And I told you already that
because I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit. If this is true, I will set up. If this is true, I really hope this is not true. If y'all got up there and invited this girl on this panel, because mind you, I haven't even been on Ladies First. We all know I haven't even been on these panels. The first panel I come back to, Pearl is on it. And mind you, when I saw that thumbnail for the show, I thought we were just gonna because usually in the thumbnails, we're reacting to somebody that's in the thumbnail, like reacting to a video, talking about something that they said. They had her in the thumbnail. I'm thinking she's just going to be something that we're reviewing. She shows up on the motherfucking panel. The first time I come back to a panel, you invite the most racist ass bitch when you know I'm the most to talk about relationships, but she thinks it's about black fatigue? Why? I need answers. If that's the case, I don't give a fuck how I responded. I don't give a fuck what the situation was. She came to play. And if y'all gave her the green light to play, God damn it, that's fucked up.
Next topic would be black fatigue. We already addressed it. But what is the relevant part about making it about race when we hear about the relationships? Why go straight? That's twice. That's going to trigger people. And now if they start saying stuff about white people, now we're going to have a race war. We want to have the conversation and intentional about the relationships, but it is turning into race conversation instead of a relationship conversation. That's all we're addressing. We want to have the conversation, but it's becoming a race conversation.
It's interesting.
And we will have the race conversation, the black fatigue conversation. Hold on real quick, Big Rick. We want to have the black and white conversation too, but when it's almost like it's said to instigate or stir something up, it seems like it's becoming racial. You're saying something.
What I thought was that we were adults here and we could talk about facts, data, and statistics without getting upset. Maybe we're not. I don't know.
And see, that's a gaslighting tactic. Because, girl, you bought specific. Because here's the thing. She just said, well, I thought we can talk about stats. But Ali just called it out and said, oh, we're not here to talk about that. I guess there was a conversation that they would have a black fatigue conversation. That's what he just said. But this conversation wasn't that. But she came to the conversation with these inflated, inaccurate stats to try to play into the black fatigue conversation. Jay Will says, Fatty and Ali did not set you up. I'm not saying that they did. I'm not saying that they did not. I'm not saying that there may not, because y'all like strategy and what's going to get them. I don't know. It's just weird that she would say that like that. Maybe she's just trying to say that to deflect. Maybe she's trying to say that to put the onus back on them, to try to make it seem like she's innocent. Maybe that's the case. So I'm not going to say that they deliberately did that, but it is a little weird that the whole time she's talking, instead of us talking about the relationship, she's going back with these weird ass stats, quote unquote. I wouldn't think that they would do that to me, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the reason, but I don't understand the reason why they need Pearl on this show, but they do. I'm not saying it was an intentional setup, but it could have been like, oh, this might be a good show. I just hope that she wasn't told one thing and we were told another, and she was allowed to come and wreak havoc like that, because that's just unfair. And I believe what Ali is saying in this moment. Like, girl, we wasn't talking about that. We was talking about this. And then she wants to try to gaslight him and say, well, I thought we were adults. You're the only one acting childish. You're the only one acting like a child. Bringing up inaccurate stats about Black people for no reason. No reason.
Oh.
No. If I did,
Yeah,
if I did,
No, but it's not that, right?
Yeah,
For example,
you don't have
off
to
the
break
cuff.
it just because the girls are getting upset.
No, that's not. Carl, that's not the case, right? For example, we were having a conversation about criminals, and you say Black woman after herpes. Like it's a very
That's true. Because she said,
like it's a.
she said that she actually brought it up first, and you guys are talking to me. She brought it up first.
No,
and she
Pearl,
said-
you brought up the fact that Black women like criminals, and then when she said,
That's
what if
true.
she said that
That's
white women
true.
like men who smell like dogs? Then it becomes racial.
I don't mind. That's okay. I don't get offended. One side's getting offended.
So okay, as long but look, just know that if that happens, then it becomes a racial conversation.
Okay, so
But then
what?
you can't.
You
Then
can't
you can't.
be here to talk about.
No. But what happens is if we have,
See, she's disrespecting Ali. So what? So what? So what? Okay, so the disrespect is real, and y'all are just like, well, what the hell? And stop saying that I didn't give a fuck in the moment. I was giving respect to the leaders of this panel, Fatty and Ali. I may have dropped the ball in the moment trying to combat her statement, not a stat about Black women, because it wasn't a stat, it was a statement, a racist one at that. I could have pushed back more, and I'll try. Maybe I'll figure out a better way to do that in the moment. But it was no reason to walk down a stat and ask her to break it down when she just made just a false equivalency. It's not true. Period. Where'd you get that from? Well, I said it. I mean, you're Black. You should know. What? But and the thing is, if I would have crashed out and I would have went back and forth with her on arguing with her about the stats, y'all still would have blamed me for going back and forth with this girl. Y'all still would have said I should have did this way. I should have said this that way. Why did you have to play into it? Just don't say nothing at all. I'm damned if you do, damned if you don't around these people.
have a racial conversation, and it makes everybody else. First of all, I don't care about how we look in regards to money and all them things. I do care about how people respect themselves. So we should be able to have a respectful conversation without making it racial, blatantly racial.
Nobody
not being
racial
factual,
but
making it
you.
blatant racial.
Okay, well,
Y'all didn't give Tyranny as much shit when she made it racial the other day with me.
Hey, one second. I want to hear from her and see what she thinks about what we said.
You got a good point.
Well, if I'm being honest with you,
Never has a point.
if I'm being honest, I think you guys are overreacting. I think the guys are white knighting a little bit for the women.
Look at her. She didn't even acknowledge what Ali said. Ali just broke that shit all the way down. Ali just broke that shit all the way down and said, What we're trying to have a regular conversation and you're making it about race. Why are you doing that? What was the point? Now she's saying, oh, y'all not mature enough. Y'all not mature enough. But we should strategize to be in proximity to her.
I don't think we need to get emotional because there's facts about race. And if you can't handle it, I can go. I don't mind.
Yeah, no, but Pearl, the thing is, we are not being emotional because let me give you an example of 1 second, please. 1 second, please.
I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna bounce.
No, it's fine. Let me just say, let me tell you one thing, Pearl, before you go, Pearl. So,
don't.
I'll
so
go.
hey, please, 1 second. So that's the thing, right, Pearl? If I was playing the same game that you are playing, I would say
threatening to leave. Threatening to leave all of a sudden. We're not, and please pay attention to body language. All this, always smiling, that's a nervous twitch. She knows damn well she's wrong. So now she wants to deflect and put everything back onto us and say that we're immature, that I thought we was talking about black fatigue. Y'all can't handle the conversation. You're white knighting, because what she wanted Fatty and Ali to do, not to clock her the way that they did, and give it up for them for doing that. I'll never not say that. Y'all stood 10 toes fucking down, did what you needed to do. Give a motherfucker round of applause. I got buttons and stuff. That's cute. I really like that. But yeah, like she's saying that they're white knighting because she wanted them to kick me and Tyranny out. When me and Tyranny are just trying to defend ourselves, trying to defend black people, trying to go at her. But they didn't do that. They quieted us down and checked her. Respectfully at that. And she didn't give them that same respect.
You know about these things because you are the one that dated the black bum, a black homeless man, right? I would literally come out of the woodwork because I know your story.
God forbid I help.
Right? And these not black women that are just addicted to black bums. You are addicted to a black bum because that was the person that you actually dated for a bunch of years, right?
God
so
forbid I help the homeless. God
no,
look what she's saying. Because apparently she got an ex-boyfriend that was like homeless or something. So you took pity on him. God forbid I help the homeless. Woo, girl. You're so unlovable. So unlikable. And it clearly shows.
No, he was not homeless.
No, he actually wasn't, but that's what everyone says.
He was sleeping on your house.
No, it's not the full. I mean, it doesn't matter, but
yes, but my point is this, Pearl. We are treating you with respect. You can definitely touch on race. We can literally do shows about race, put the table to you, and you can do whatever you.
Agent of chaos, exactly. Agent of chaos. That's exactly what she is. Sorry about that, y'all. It's family time over here. But yeah. Agent of chaos being invited into our spaces to be chaotic. And then we are bearing the responsibility to just hold frame. Okay. If that's the game, okay.
Want. But if we are going to try to either get clippable moments or something like that, we know more about you than you know about us. So if you want to go there, we can go there. I take my gloves off and we can do whatever we want. And if nobody can be offended because of black this and black that, you are going to talk about the time where you were fucking a black homeless man, a fat motherfucker that you were having in your house, right?
Fatty, you're fat too. It's like
absolutely, and you have no titties and no ass. You are mad at me because I have more titties than you. That's why you're mad, right?
We could go back.
That's why you're mad, right? Because I have more titties than you.
So again, I thought we were adults so that we could talk.
I thought that was fucking hilarious because Fatty, why would you roast yourself like that? My titties bigger than you, Fatty. Fatty. Oh my God. G. Leslie, yes, he is the comeback queen. I mean, king. I did not mean to say that. Comeback king for real. Because why would you say that like that? Kelly, baby. This was my first live, honey. I don't know how well it went. I tried to state my stance on things, and I'm still in the wrong. I should have said this. I should have did that. I wasn't perfect in the moment. Well, I'm a human being. I know you guys are very perfect over there and you handle everything to perfection in the moment. And you're just so precise and you are a master at debating in the art of war. I'm a human being. I fall short sometimes. I don't know what to say in the moment sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes I'm so thrown off, it takes me a minute to register what the fuck is going on. 'Cause she kind of did that to me. Y'all not somehow criticism helps you grow. Y'all not here to help me grow. I don't know. And I am sensitive. I am. I am. I am. I'm sensitive about my people. I'm sensitive about Black people. I'm sensitive about fairness, equality, all of that shit. That's why I get that's why I get this passionate when it comes to equality amongst the sexes, when it comes to white supremacy, when it comes to racist shit. Okay? So when bitches like her come around us and start doing it, first of all, she's also a bully. She's also a bully. I'm also a person that bullies a bully. So don't expect me to just be, what you say, Pearl? Why don't you go ahead and debunk that? And be all calm and shit. Y'all lucky y'all got what y'all got then. But she didn't deserve none of that. She deserves exactly what Fatty and them did. Because she ended up disrespecting them in the end. But y'all know what time it is. So let's wrap this shit up. Kelly, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I like this comment too. Proud of you regardless. You proud of me, J Ben? Send me some money. Send me, show me how proud you are of my cash. You know why I'm here. But he says proud of you regardless. Just next time when she tries to be racist, drag the points she's trying to bring up and fuck the color. She'll look bad on the back end. I don't know. But I feel you though. I would try my best to, you know, I don't know. I feel like I drug her the way that I wanted to. I could have really got really bad, y'all. I could have really got bad. It's funny because when I show this to my best friends, my friends that are not on the internet at all, and I'm the only one out of my friend group. Oh, there go one of my girls. That's so funny, Aubrey. You would show up right when I'm talking about. Listen, baby. Listen, baby. A drag is a drag. I didn't have to everything like it's interesting. it's very interesting because when you are interacting with somebody like this in real time, it's just like, what do you do? If you don't crash out, like what else is there to do? So it took me a lot of constraint and composure to just respond the way she did without being inflammatory. And I'm still, I guess that was the wrong way to do it, but okay. I'll flame it up a little bit more if there's an opportunity to, but I'll be honest. She's an energy vampire. And I don't know if I want to keep giving her my energy, but word on the street is she is willing to have another conversation with me. Is that true, Pearly Girl? Hmm? Is that true? Because we've been over here for 3 hours now. I wanted to review her reaction to this as well, but I don't know how much time y'all got. Because this is about to end. Let's wrap this up real quick, because now I just feel like I'm talking. But Aubrey, hey, baby. Hey, my girl. But my point was saying this. Y'all said I didn't do enough. I showed this shit to my friends. They said, why are you even doing that shit at all? Why are you even trying to argue with a fool? So while I do get what y'all saying, like just go at it and just go at her when she's doing it. I get that, but also a wise man said, "Don't argue with fools." From a distance, you can't tell who is who. So maybe I gotta find that balance, y'all. Maybe I gotta find that balance. When she said, "Oh, half of Black women say that," I could have said, "Show us the proof. Where the stats on that?" I could have said that. But I went back to her reference about Ted Bundy. Since she made it about Black women, after she made the reference about Ted Bundy, I said what I said, tying back into her reference about Ted Bundy. So she said, well, Black women, da-da-da-da-da. And I said, well, actually, since we're going there, if we're going to talk about a woman's nature, those were white women that were writing Ted Bundy. Those women have a propensity for criminals and murderous men. So that was the back and forth right there. Those were the facts. We weren't discussing stats. But I feel y'all though. Strategy. I thank y'all for real. For real. Yes, she's going to agree because she's sick. She's sick. She's sick. Of course she knows. She knows how sick her people are. The point is, Dusty Ball, I didn't have to say anything about her race if she didn't start saying anything about my race. When we were talking about relationships. That's it. It was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. Oh, I'm getting hungry, y'all. Did y'all eat? Did y'all eat? Okay. So let's wrap this up. And I do like that. I do like the idea of maybe yeah, just do that next time. If she tells you to look it up, tell her to search us or shut the fuck up and stay on topic. You right. You right. I could have just said that. I did say stay on topic. I did say that. But I could have did that too. And maybe we could have backed her more into a I get you. I got y'all. I told my homie last night, I'm out my feelings and I'm in my bag. Help me get to this bag now. Jay, you gonna send me a cash app? Anybody want to send me? What do y'all be saying? What do Happy saying? Can I have some money for the hamburger fund? I need money for the hamburger fund. I think Fatty's accent is so cute and funny. The hamburger fund. My cash app is $more jazz. If you guys enjoyed this first live stream, Send me that money. I'm giving you a lot of my energy on this stupid ass girl. And Pearl, if you out there with your little weird ass, because I know you are. Come here, little bitch. If you want to have the conversation, you can cash at me too. You want to talk to me? And this is why I keep saying that, y'all. Because look, this is what she said. This is what she said. I'm about to show y'all. I think she liked me. I think she's in love with me, actually. 3 thumbnails, girl. 3 in 1 week. Big bag jazz. Big bag jazz. Yeah. Not the pearly things. Can't keep my name out of her mouth. I ain't nobody. How many people here? There's 14 people in this motherfucker. Don't nobody care about me. Shut up about my glasses. This glare is kind of crazy though. But anyway, I want to show y'all what she said real quick, and we're gonna wrap this shit up. Because at the end of the day, all right, let me go back. I promise the next stream will be more organized. Maybe. I don't know. So listen to the end of this.
We are definitely adults. Let me ask you something. What do you think about black fatigue?
All right. So I do appreciate you guys having me on. I really do.
Can you say what you think about black fatigue before you go?
I really did want to do this, but apparently we can't do the facts, data, and statistics.
Shut up, ho. You didn't have no facts. You lied about who made the dishwasher and invented the dishwasher. You inflated stats about black women with herpes for no fucking reason, brought that up for literally no reason. You lied about black women majority dating black men. You're a liar. And all of your facts about black people are all negative racist tropes. So shut up. I did want to have a conversation. Now Fatty is trying to ask her to have a conversation about black fatigue, which is what she thought she was originally coming to the stream for. Now she want to go because she want motherfuckers to beg her. She didn't waste no time going to her stream though to react to this shit. Goofy ass. And his goofy ass, this goofball Jamal ass nigga, bee head ass nigga, ashy lip ass nigga, went right over to her stream like, Pearl, I don't like Jasmine either. You were mean. She was mean to you, and you were right. And I am going to bootlick and tap dance and coon out for you as long as you acknowledge me. Yeah, I'm on your ass, Siege. Cornball ass nigga. I'll never understand it. I know you don't get no pussy. I know you don't.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. If you want to do my channel, it's just
Pearl. If we came on your show and started talking about white men and white women, you would have had a problem. That's so disingenuous.
This is Sparta!
Let me and Ali handle it, and then you guys got it, okay?
What you see? Let me and Ali handle it. So you see, you guys, like, she did what she came to do. She did what she came to do. She's like, I'll go over here. Oh, we talking about black fatigue. Somebody told her about black fatigue. I guess she thought the conversation was that day. She was ready to come and drop bombs and leave. She did what she came to do. And now she got a week worth of content off of us. And now she talks shit about my friends, Fatty and Ali. I want this bitch, Athena, Melanie, Melanin, shit. Now she got me calling you Melanin. You just too pretty to be so, ugh. And I just be like, ugh. Even if I don't fuck with you, I will still have your back in the damn content. When she kept calling you Melanie, I'm like, her name's Melanin. Her name's Melanin. But I want
real quick.
I want this bitch and I want this nigga to to just align yourself with Pearl and just claim that you are also, CJ, you have internalized racism issues. And Athena, you don't like black women. And I can see why. I can understand why. But let me show y'all what was said about me. Because like I said, girl, I think like Pearl's into me. Like I think I'm her leader. Yeah. I'm her queen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I am. I want to show y'all something real quick. And then we're gonna get out of here because I'm hungry. Fuck. Where is that damn video? Hold on. Bear with me, child. Bear with me. Because I want y'all to see this. Because it's like, she don't really give a fuck what she be doing. Like, she don't really care like that. She don't. She wants to have the conversation. That's what's so fucking bizarre. Okay. Here it is right here. I found it.
Yeah, so other than that, if you get me a good, well, there has to be some arguments for it to be a good show. Like I really don't mind some, like, you know, some women, like I really wouldn't even mind going on a show with Jazz again, but I just cannot have white knighting hosts. That's the, do you see what I'm saying? Like Miko.
Oh, oh, she listen how she said my name. Come on, let's do it again.
Yeah, so other than that, if you get me a good, well, there has to be some arguments for it to be a good show. Like I really don't mind some, like,
I got a good argument for you. You want to talk to me? You want to talk to me, baby? My question for you is, why are you so obsessed with black people? Let's talk about it. Let's just do it again.
you know, some women, like I really wouldn't even mind going on a show with Jazz again, but I just cannot have white knighting hosts. That's the, do you,
We can do it. We can do it one-on-one, baby. What you want to do with Jazz again? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. So, like I'm saying, the girl is fucking crazy. Okay? Because what the fuck you want to talk to me for? Why? God damn it, because I'm the content. God damn it, because I'm big bad gay. Even your leader, Pearl, just had to admit it. She didn't say tyranny. She didn't say Athena. She didn't say Melanie. She didn't even say Passaz CJ. She said Jazz. Oh, wow. W for your girl. Dang it. Listen, y'all, this was fun. I'm too silly for this shit, for real, for real. I really appreciate y'all. Yes, run it up, Big Back Jazz. Hey, listen, for real. If y'all appreciated the show, listen, like I said, I wanted to get it done. All right. I wasn't perfect. It wasn't that great. I know I had some chaos going on. My man over here, my nephews came over here, my cousin popped up. Like, it is what it is. But I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna keep on going. And I'm gonna take y'all advice. Remain framed and just be quick, with the rebuttals with a goofy bitch like that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Pearl, baby, cash at me $1,000 if you wanna debate me, girl. You wanna do a show? I have a booking fee. Yeah, I do. I'm poor. You know blacks. So poor. So degenerate. You want to talk to me? Let's talk. Let's talk. But there will be a fee. We could talk about it. And I'm so dead ass. And I'm so dead ass. $ more jazz, guys. $ more jazz is my cash app. I know you lurking, pearly girl. Come holler at me, baby. Maybe if I feel like it, we can talk. But guys, this has been so fun. Oh my God. Let me find out. I'm enjoying this. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared, y'all. I'm like, they finna drag me. I don't know what I'm about to say. Well, I didn't know what I was about to say. And shout out to my girl Lucky. Shout out to the Genius CEO. Shout out to Black. Shout out to everybody that really, really believes in me and this shit, because I'm still trying to find my footing. And I really appreciate the support thus far. I'm trying to keep going and, make this thing a thing. I'm not really looking for clout like that. There are other topics that I really want to talk about if I'm going to use my voice on a platform like this. I understand this is how I entered this space. So, just running off that. But I appreciate all y'all. Seriously, this was a good old time. And thank you, Leslie. I'm rocking with y'all too. Once again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things, hit the bell, whatever they be saying. Do the things that they be saying. Do that for me. Send me some money to the Cash App for my hamburger fund. And I'll see you guys next time. I think I'm going to do another reaction video. I might have to go 3 for 3 with Pearl because she did 3 videos about me, bitch. What's up? So I might do a reaction video to her reacting to this panel as well. Oh, you guys, the Cash App, if you're really interested, it's 2 O's and more. $MOORE Jazz, JAS. Okay? I appreciate y'all so much. I love you. And at the end of the day, Black love wins. Black people win. It's Black people over everything over here, and it always will be. You ain't gonna ever give me to think any other thing. Okay? I love y'all so much. I'll see you next time. Tune in tomorrow with me and my girl Lucky. We'll be streaming from her page tomorrow afternoon at around 11:30. Oh, put it in the description. Okay, let me see. Show me the way, y'all. Show me the goddamn. Oh, wait, that's not the description. That's the comments. I'll figure it out. But I gotta go. I'm hungry. I'll see y'all next time. Thank y'all so much. Bye.